Hello. How are you? Hey guys, so I thought we would go live here. I don't think I've ever gone live this early. It's like 12:42 in the afternoon, and well, here on the West Coast anyway. And there's nobody on here. I feel so alone right now. Nobody wants to hang out with me. Oh, hey, just Mario. Woohoo! I thought I was alone there for a minute. Whew. Here I am sitting there thinking, man, is this the end of it for me? Am I really going to do a live stream and nobody's going to click on? Am I not relevant anymore? Is this life over? What's up, you guys? So, I thought I would do a live stream at a different time of day because I know there's a lot of people that always tell me that I do live streams too late or I do live streams too early. So today we're gonna change up the time a little bit. I bought myself actually a different camera thinking it would be better, but believe it or not, the one that's in my laptop is pretty decent. I wonder if I could plug this in while we're live. Let's find out if this wrecks this. I'm sorry, you guys. So hold on. Let me see if trying this. We're going to plug this in. Please don't go anywhere. All lights on. Let me see if I can switch this while I'm live. Dashboard. Webcam. We're just playing around here. We're going to mess something up. I know it. No, I can't get into those settings. Yeah, I thought it might be kind of fun to see if we can switch this over. I was so going to just click on live with this, but then I got worried about it. I'm like, well, what if I switch my video live and then all of a sudden this is garbage and I can't get out of using it? Displays, sounds. Anybody know where my camera settings are in here? Sound? Oh, no, it wants to go to the microphone in here. I don't want that. I don't trust this mic. Webcam. Webcam. I don't see it anywhere. All right, I'm not going to F with it. I don't want to wreck it. Anyway, maybe buying the webcam was a bad idea. Just trying to find ways to make these live streams look a little better. Mr. Cruzy Bear is in the front seat, passed out, sleeping right now. You see him up there? He's right there. Sleeping away. So anyway, guys, I noticed I've been doing something different in my van life lately that I've never done before. Because I've been around one section of Vancouver Island a lot, I've been repeating like 5 of the same sleep spots. And some of those sleep spots are in parking lots. I don't think I've ever slept in so many parking lots in my life, whether it be at the mall or at a big box store or on the road in front of a big box store. I seriously, this has been my total MO for sleeping is like a parking lot lately. And being inside of towns and stuff lately, I've been finding that, I don't know, it's distracting. It's getting in the way. As you guys have heard me cry and complain in videos lately that I need this snow to go away so we can get out into the backcountry. Van Life Regina, thank you. But yeah, mall parking lots. Like I've been sitting here. I sat on the side of a road for hours this morning. And then now I'm sitting here in this parking lot, which I'll probably be here for the rest of the day. And that's just a major reality about living in a van is sometimes you just hang out in a parking lot. Like you live in a parking lot all day and you may sleep in a parking lot all night. I live in a parking lot. I live in a parking lot. Anyway. Love the woods. No, thank you. I'm not into that kind of stuff. Kim Jones, thanks for the beer fund. I appreciate that. Logical emotions, you are absolutely correct. Parking lots are actually rather nice sometimes. I do like the little ambient noise in the background. And when my curtains and back thing are shut, it doesn't really matter where I am. If I'm parked over by an ocean, as my curtains are all shut, then I'm at home, you know? So it doesn't really matter where I am. Just sometimes, I don't know, mall parking lots they just get tiresome after a while. I just think it's the energy of everybody around you, because you got people that are grumpy and complaining and honking and running into each other in the parking lots with their shopping carts, and it just gets to be a little chaotic. And I'm just bitching and whining because I need to get out in the bush. I need to go shove my van out in the bush for a while. Lisa Marie, thank you so much for the super chat. On my travels, I love staying at, well, yeah, big truck stops are great. The hum of the diesel engines, I'm with you on that one. I'm 100%. I love the noise around me. Corinne, is that how you pronounce that? Corinne? Treats? Okay, Cruzy, Corinne, buy you some treats, buddy. Yeah, I'm like that same thing too. Like, I really enjoy a rest area beside a highway. It's weird because I'm twofold on this. I love the dead silence of the backcountry, but I also love the hum of the city. I need a combination of both in order for my van life to feel right. Because I get on the backcountry for a week and this starts to go, I need connection. Then I run back to towns and cities, grab that connection that I need, and then head back out. A lot of that connection is just Wi-Fi. Angels arrive. Suggestion, go visit some subscribers, have a nice visit at a meal. So visiting subscribers is a really great idea. The problem is, a lot of times there's not much for me to film in those aspects. And if I spend 3 hours in a day with somebody and I don't film any of it, that is the make or break on if a video goes up tomorrow or not. It's crazy. Like, even if I have a 3 hour long conversation with somebody in the middle of my day, that completely could mean there's no video tomorrow because I just didn't gather enough content. That's the thing about being somebody who puts out so much content as I do, is like, my days are driven by that. And I love that drive of making content. But a lot of times I've had so many amazing offers. People are like, yeah, come stay at my house and come over and have dinner with us, but you can't film at our place. And usually that's my dead no. No. If I can't whip my camera out, I'm out. I love the content creation part. The Trucker's Kitchen, thanks for the beer fund. Matt Vanner, how you doing, buddy? Cruzy and your dog need to get together at some point. I'm pretty sure we'll make it happen in the next 5 years somewhere. Camilla, thank you. Parking lot or not, the content is awesome. Thank you so much. Love from Sweden. Wicked. Yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. I got sidetracked there. I was thinking about the puppy. Same thing with Matt Vanner's dog. His dog is so damn cute. Marcus said wants me to give Amsterdam a shout out. What's up, Amsterdam? You guys are great. Hey, Tracy. Thanks for being a live stream. Miss Straight Heart, thanks for being here too. Slightly Evil. I love that. Hey, Chrome and Cruz. I've been wanting to do van life, but have to power for your sleep out for the night. Honestly, if you're gonna power one of those CPAP machines, you know, even if you just buy yourself a small battery system like this, the smaller 240, I don't think will do it. But if you're gonna run a bigger battery system, sometimes besides buying these, sometimes just buying one AGM battery, which you could probably pick up for $300 depending on where you're at. Buy a smart isolator, which runs from your battery to the isolator to your back house battery. That way, every time you start your engine, your starter battery charges your house battery, and then just run a simple system off of that. Honestly, because sometimes building a basic system with buying an AGM battery, an isolator, some light switches like these ones here. There's a simple switch panel. You can buy them from Amazon, and then just wire your CPAP machine to there. Done deal. I don't know what your CPAP runs off of, if it's 12 volt or if it's a plug-in one. If it is, you buy yourself a small inverter and run it off that. Sometimes they're cheaper than buying one of those all-in-one portable units, right? Because buying these in a big unit, they're amazing because all you can do is plug your CPAP in, turn the plug on and go. But they can be very pricey when you're buying the bigger ones. Sometimes it's just cheaper to buy a $300 battery, $50 isolator, $100 cheap small inverter, and just plug it into that and go and just run your van. Make sure you're charged during the day. Then when you have a small system like that, then you can add on your solar and add on all those other things afterwards if you have a base system. That's a really tough one because I don't know how much your CPAP machine uses, but I know lots of people live in their vans with a CPAP machine, including Jeffy Bear. Hey, Chris, thank you so much for that. Cheers and have fun on that van build. I am excited about it and a little bit nervous. The Trucker's Kitchen, thanks for the beer fund. Oh, awesome, you guys. It's cool to have this many people in here. I wasn't sure what it was going to be doing at this time of the day. Always go up. Thanks for the love. No matter. Visit more attractions, museums, bars, and parks. COVID's got shit locked down here in BC right now. There's a lot of shit that there's access to. So I'm just staying away from all that chaos right now. And there was once a time in my journey that I used to love doing that stuff. When I first started my YouTube channel, I used to just go to museums and stuff all the time. That's what I love to do. But I did those things a lot at the beginning. So if you want to see that kind of stuff, go watch my earlier content. I did that stuff because my van life used to never leave the pavement. I used to go from pavement to pavement, from parking lot to pavement, from here. That's all I did. I never went on the dirt unless it was a gravel parking lot right off the pavement. But back then I used to film a lot of those things. Now my heart and soul doesn't want to go hang out at a museum unless I'm in some small town somewhere traveling. But like now, I don't really feel like going into a museum or anything like that. Doesn't seem interesting to me now. These days, all I want to do is go out and play in the backcountry. You know, that's I'm just hooked on it right now, completely hooked. Stephanie, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Iggy, nice to have you on here. Listening while working. Don't get fired, Iggy. What's that word? Morded UK. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Kim Jones, thank you. I know a lot of people these days that have been put into moving at home from just from all the stupid restrictions that have gone on, which has been pretty amazing. I think that's at least one somewhat positive that has come out of all this stuff is that I know so many people that have been trying to turn nomad or live in their vehicle while living in the same town that they live in, but their employers would never let them do remote work. And now I've met a lot of vanners lately that now live in their vans because they can do remote work, because they've been trying to convince their bosses a long time about doing it. They're like, no, you got to come to the office. And they're like, dude, I'm just sitting in front of your computer. I can do that in front of my computer in my van by the lake. So which is really, really cool. Matt S from Bent, Oregon. Wicked. One of these times I'm going to have to make it down to the big van gathering in Bend, Oregon. Yeah, Brad Sender said there's a lot of overseas viewers. I'm noticing that in this stream. Maybe it's just the different time. That's probably what it is. Normally I do live streams after 6 p.m. here or 5 p.m. here. Doing it this time means it's probably earlier for them there, because I have people that pop into my live stream once in a while. They're like, hey man, it's 3 o'clock in the morning over here. What? Songbird, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm taking my lunch break now. Enjoy your lunch break. TKA, thank you so much for the coffee fund. I appreciate the love. Jesse says he runs his CPAP machine with my 166 watt hour battery. So 166 watt hour battery. Is it watt hour or amp hours? Because this is 240 watt hours. Yeah, I'd be curious to know about that one. So yeah, if you're talking about 266 amp hours, like I have a 200 amp hour battery, lithium battery system in my van. So, but 200 amp hours is different than 240 watt hours. I don't want to get into all that stuff because I'm no real big expert when it comes to electrical stuff. And I don't want to confuse any of you guys by getting into details that I might mess up. Hilda, I know nobody is ever here for me. Mr. Cruz is passed out asleep in the front seat. His job while I live stream is to provide the background noise while we're streaming. Yeah, that's what he does. Helene, thank you so much for that. I always like hearing stories like that where someone's like, look, I'm 74. Helene just said she's 74 and wants to start van life, but she can't because of health stuff. And, you know, watching channels like me it kind of does it for them, you know, and I love hearing that stuff. So many people like, hey, man, I know someone that said, hey, man, I lost my foot and my leg to diabetes, and that all happened just before I wanted to start my van life dream. And now I just sit at home in my armchair and live my van life dream through you. I really appreciate those kind of things because it makes me want to live a little harder out here. You know what I mean? To take advantage of what I have. You guys seriously inspire me when I hear stories like that. I appreciate it. Jessica, thank you. Instead of visiting individual subscribers, you could schedule stops. I do have that and have a beer with the group. I do subscriber meetups all the time. Right now, because of the silly COVID restrictions going on out here, I'm not doing any gatherings because I don't want... Because when you're doing organized gatherings as a business, now you face problems if something were to arise. So I'm avoiding it. This crazy shit going on out here right now. I'm just avoiding that. But I do subscriber meetups all the time. That's a huge thing I do when I travel is when I hit a town, I tell everybody I'm going to be at this park, and then everybody comes down to visit. It's a lot of fun. Danny on a dime, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Storm Silver Lining, Snack Fund. I like the Snack Fund. I feel so much better, man. It's crazy how there was a time there I didn't have a shower for a long time. I had a shower the other day. That video is coming out. That video was supposed to be today, but I'm like, I don't feel like editing today. Yeah, I showered. I cut my hair. Those 2 videos are coming out. I shaved a little bit. I was feeling like such a shrub. I am a shrub. I'm not gonna lie, I am a shrub. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I have this switched on to slow mode, and it's still flipping through pretty quick. Lisa, thank you. My 79-year-old elderly uncle I full-time care for loves your videos. That is awesome. How tall am I? Hey, Chrome, how tall is your van now? So my van, including roof racks and, well, the highest point on the outside of my van is just under 9 feet. So that's including like the lift kit, the bigger tires, the van, the roof rack system, the solar, and then the highest point for my solar is my roof vent sticks up a little bit right above me here. And then just behind that, I have my rooftop carrier. So all in all, just under 9 feet. And that's always good to know. If you guys are living in a van, always know the height of your vehicle at all times. Every time you add something, remeasure it. All it takes to measure it, take a 2x4, go up top, stick the 2x4 over the highest point, make sure it's level, and then run a measuring tape from the floor to the ground and get that exact measurement. So when I do those measurements, I always take the 2x4 and measure from the top of the 2x4, giving me some clearance. So I know that when it says it's under 9 feet, it means it's way under 9 feet. So it's always good to know, because if you ever hit, just say you're getting onto a ferry terminal and the sign there says 8.75 feet, right? You know, oh crap, I am 8.75 feet. You're like, well, maybe don't risk it. And or drive-throughs and stuff too. When you get to drive-through, if it says 8 feet and you're 9 feet, don't do it, because you'll smash that pole along the top. But yeah, that's always something good to know. And I know a lot of vanners have no clue how tall their van is. It's good. It's just good to know. Missing in BC. We started van life 2 days ago. We'll be starting a YouTube channel soon. Wicked. Enjoy the YouTube struggle. It's a lot of fun when you get started. To me, I found when you first start a YouTube channel, when nobody's watching, is the best time to try everything. Try it all out, because when nobody's watching, you get to learn how to be on camera. You get to learn, you know, like how to film things. Because if you start off right away and you automatically have an audience, as much as it's cool, it could be detrimental to you in the long haul. So enjoy having nobody in front of you for a while. That's the time to learn lessons. I did the same thing at the beginning. Like during my first span of YouTube, nobody was watching me. I'd upload a video, I'd be like, 4 views, really? And I'd spend a whole day producing another one, upload, 2 views, great. But those are the times when you really, really get to learn you on camera. Don't get me wrong, my first year of YouTube, I have all the videos on my channel. There's some cringy shit on there for sure. If you haven't watched my earlier ones, go. Man, I got some videos on there that were like cringy. It's just how I was talking. I wasn't sure about the YouTube yet. I didn't know how to talk, and everything kind of sounded fake at the beginning because I didn't know how to talk to the camera. It took a while to break that fear and realize that on the other side of this is you. You know what I mean? And to realize that there's people when you're talking to a lens is amazing. Because for the first while, I was like literally talking to me. And it was just weird. It was just weird. But enjoy that time, man. Dirk, do I have a WhatsApp contact problem? I don't use WhatsApp. I think I have it on my phone. I just never use it. Who do you think this is? You think this is a scammer? Let's find out. Hello.
DHL voice notification reminds you that your package cannot be delivered. Our representative trying to reach you.
That is probably a scam. Please enter in your information right now. Shut up. This is why I never answer my phone. So for those of you who have ever tried to call me and I don't answer, it's because that is always off, because over 50% of times this phone rings. It ain't for me, because I am not waiting for any package from DHL right now. Phones are bad, man. I don't know if it's like that in your area, but it's just constant scammer. Sometimes I answer them because it's fun. You get some guy, you get the one that's like, hey, this is border control. There's a package received at the border with illegal contents. Oh, yeah, I'll entertain that one. Boop, push number 1. Hi, this is agent whatever. I'm in, dude. I'm in the van right now, not doing anything, so I'll happily have a conversation with a scammer. What up, Matt Vanner?
Who is it? I had to call. I'm sorry.
I answered it. I felt the vibration.
Well, I didn't join you. I'm not. I had to stop the live stream to talk to you, to call you.
Oh yeah, well now you're on the live stream. On the other side of it though.
Oh, I can't swear. Sorry. Go back and watch from the beginning and fall in love with disco.
There you go. That's good advice. All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
For sure.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Matt Vanner gave you guys good advice. Go back and watch my earlier videos and fall in love with Disco. Disco was my original bulldog. My little bro. Anyway, guys, I got to go read some of these super chats. They don't last in here very long before they vanish. All right, where did I end up last? Sorry, guys. Kimberly, thank you so much. Americano Fund, thank you. Carol, from our dog Levin for Cruz. Cruz, you got more treats from a dog called Levin. Is it Levon? Levon? Carol, thank you. Cruz, he's sleeping. He doesn't care. C. Jones, I don't know how to pronounce your first name, so we're just going to say C. Jones. Thank you so much for that. Golden Roads, oh, I appreciate that. Watching your videos from Florida, my wife and I just came off a road trip for some health stuff, but have been watching you since June 2019. Oh, wicked. I'm looking at getting on the road this year again too, man. I'm dying to hit the road this year. I'm losing my mind sitting here. Shinebox, come to Brooklyn where disco started. I am all about it, man. I'm a house music, electronic music guy through and through. That includes disco and all, because like all electronic music is like my passion for music, or whatever you guys want to call it. You guys may know it as EDM and stuff. It all started with disco, and disco turned into stuff that was played at a warehouse, and it was actually called warehouse music for a while, and then they shortened warehouse music and just made it house music, and then house music was just monstrous, and then from there over the years it's just kind of changed into different genres of house music. Now you got electric house, progressive house, and it just keeps going. Huge fan, way back to when the disco days were, and my disco. That's why I called him Disco. Like my other dog, that's why. I'm a huge dance music fan. Yeah. Oh, have I seen any bears around the backcountry? All the time. There's been a fair amount of times that you pull the camera out to get it and they're already scurried away. But yeah, we see bears out here all the time. Bears are just normal. Like, a lot of people are like, aren't you scared of bears? I'm like, you know what? Honestly, no, because they're around us everywhere out here. We have such a huge black bear population around here. Grizzlies, we don't see very often. Once in a blue moon, if you're up in the north, you may come across one once in a while. I haven't seen any grizzlies around the bottom side of BC here I'm getting lost here. On the south side of BC, I haven't really seen any grizzlies anyway, but black bears all the time. And no, we're not scared of them. They literally, honestly stick to themselves. They do their own thing. The only time you got to be careful is in the spring, because when you see a little black bear and you don't notice the cubs, that's when things can get a little bit worrisome. So you just got to be careful, because mama will do anything to protect her cubs. But for the most part, in that situation, if you were to come around a corner and there's a black bear there with her cubs, first thing she's going to do is scurry her cubs up the nearest tree, and then she'll stand there in front of it. She won't go far from it. She won't come at you. She'll stay by the tree to make sure that you don't come near the cubs. But for the most part, bears are pretty good. It's just when you come in a situation where you startle each other face to face, you got a problem. But so far, it's been pretty safe. Hey, Mark, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Vanlife with Paul and Vivian. Thanks for the super chat. Bro, watching you made me get a blue French Bulldog. French Bulldogs are adorable as hell. Grand Caravan Life. 5 hours a day editing. Here's another coffee. Yep, that's about it. I spend at least 5 hours every single day to produce the videos that you guys watch. They sometimes more, sometimes a little less, but 5 hours would be my average. Billy asks, any new stickers coming out or new merch? Yes, we have a ton of new merchandise coming out and some new stickers and stuff. I'm just not sure how to do things this year. So last year, we just had every piece of merchandise that I ever had, like this one here. We just had all of them all over the store. But then we were having problems with my merchandise store because they can only handle so much product before the store gets glitchy and you know, on our side gets weird. So we're gonna rip our store clean. We're gonna still keep the classics, like my Weirdos Unite one and one with my channel logo and stuff on it. We're gonna keep the classics. Some of the designs that were up last year are gone for good. I'm not gonna bring them back. But I'm probably going to only launch my stickers in packs from now on. No more individual sticker sales, because you know, honestly, sometimes I don't make any money on it. So when you do an individual sticker, you got the cost of the sticker. My envelopes are pretty fancy. So my envelopes cost me about 30 cents a piece because they're all designed up and it says, hey, Weirdo, your stickers are here. I wanted the presentation to be nice. So between the cost of the stickers and the envelope, and then I have a girl in Ontario that's sending out all my stickers for me because it's just too much to do on my own right now. So I have her cost to do that. So she has to go down, buy the stamps. She buys them in lumps. Then she's got the time to fill the envelopes, and then she's got to drive it back to the mailbox. So like there's no money in selling an individual sticker, and I lose on them. So this year going forward, we're only going to do packs. So I'll probably do a pack of the classics. So the general classic stickers that will always be around, I'm going to do a classic pack, and then limited runs on new ones. And I think the limited runs may be fun. Like I'll do it, say, guys, this is going to be out for 2 months only, or maybe I'll order 500 of each. And once those 500 are gone, those packs are gone for good. So just to kind of spice things up. Sorry, guys. I don't know how to shut my vibrator off on my phone. Whatever. I hate phone calls. Just so you know, I hate them. Phone calls suck. Like it's 2000. Why am I thinking about the year? It's 2022 right now? Is it 2022? I don't even know. Text. Don't phone. Phoning is 1995. Text. I didn't even read those either. Who am I kidding? Oh, Dan and a can. What's up, buddy? Nice to have you on here. It's finished. Says inverter, battery to run a CPAP. Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning. It's just cheaper to buy yourself an AGM battery, an inverter, and a battery isolator so you could charge from your alternator. Good to go. Nice, super simple and affordable. Like if you want to take that route and actually excuse me, if you want to take that route and actually make it expandable, I would do a DC to DC charge controller like a Renogy one or some other one. Do a proper DC to DC charge controller, and then a battery. Instead of doing the little battery isolator, if you do the DC to DC one, at least then it'll convert the power properly. Would you consider upgrading to a high roof? No. You like that answer? No. I love having a low roof fan. I can sit in here straight upright. What more do you need? You know, like, what are you doing? Are you standing at home right now? Probably not. And that's a great way to really think about, do you need a high top? Is it a necessity? If you've got the means of doing it and you found the perfect van and you can afford it, go. But a lot of times buying a high roof means you're getting into it for more money. Or if you're buying, like me, it's just a regular cargo van. My van with a high top would have been way more than I could have afforded when I started. So you just got to think of it. Like when you're at home, how often do you stand? I bet you spend more time standing walking from one room to another because those long hallways are just wasted space. Like, you got to get up from the couch, walk all the way through, down the hallway, around the corner, into the bathroom, and then what, you sit to pee? Me, I just got to go from my living room, which is my bed, and just kneel on the floor and pee. Right? I'm not peeing in a weird position. I can get on my knees and stand straight upright on my knees and pee. So yeah, I think what most people do at home, they do seated. If they're at their computer sitting at a desk, they're seated. If they're sitting down watching TV, they're seated. I can do that by swiveling that seat. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, pal? So yeah, I think a lot of people they do a lot of things at home seated. But I've never lived in a high top van. I'm pretty sure it's got some amazing luxuries that I don't know about, but because I don't know about it, you know? I got into van life the way I got into it, and I live in the same van I've been living in since I started over 4 years ago, and high roof is not on my future radar. Like, even if I had the option right now, putting the ambulance aside, because I don't know if I want to live in the ambulance. I'm going to build it because I want to build it for the channel. I thought it'd be fun, and then sell it afterwards. But I think if I were to go out and choose the perfect van for me, it's this one, period. If I had to upgrade this one, I would buy another one of these. I seriously would. I definitely buy one that had no rust on it, and I'd buy one in an E350. That way it has more payload capacity. Mine's an E250. So I'd buy the 350 because the payload capacity, I think, is 1,000 pounds more than this one. And I get one with a bigger engine. But I'd buy the same van, I think. I seriously think so. I'm a big fan of a low roof cargo van. Huge. For van life, it's perfect. I would probably weigh less if I had a high top because I couldn't get through drive-thrus. Right? That's one. Because if I had to get out and walk in somewhere to get food, I probably would just not do it. Maybe getting a high top would be better for my fat butt. I've definitely been putting on some chunk in this last year for sure. Oh, Angela, thank you. Love you and your channel. My daughter has a bulldog named Rambo. What an awesome name for a bulldog. You also love my shop. That's wicked. Oh, Angela, thank you for that. Hey, Cruzy. You say thank you to Angela. Nice to see you come visit us. He's like, what are you doing? That's you, buddy. That's what you look like. He's like, oh, damn, really? That's your face, bro. It's your face. It's cute. It is cute, bro. Yeah. I got red paint on my pants from painting the benches and stuff in my shop. There you go, Victoria. There's your dose of Cruzy. So I realized something today that oh, my eyes. I realized something today that I never really knew before. So I haven't used hand lotion in a little bit. I ran out of lotion in my van, and I never just went out and bought any lotion. But for years, I always found I had an itchy nose, a little bit itchy on the top side of my face. My eyes used to burn once in a while. And I realized today that burning came back. That little tingling sensation I got in my face came back. And I'm like, what the heck? Oh no, hand lotion. Because for the last couple of weeks, I haven't used any hand lotion whatsoever. And I've always been a lotion in my hands, my arms, my face, always. And today, that feeling's back. Like, it's itchy around my ears, around my nose, my eyes. Yeah. Crazy. I must be allergic to some ingredient in it. Weird. Yep. Chrome, can you block A1? Where is A1? Hold on, let me see. Give me a sec, guys. A1, don't come in my thing and start wanting to advertise. That's how you get blocked, you idiot. Oh, how funny is that? So weird. I didn't know this. So A1 has been blocked on my channel previously. So maybe when you're blocked on my channel, you can still talk on my live streams. I didn't think that was possible, but I just went in there and it says they've been blocked already. Weird. Because my moderators can't block people. They can only hide their message from being public. I didn't know that. Holy shit, they're everywhere, man. These guys are just bombarded. Yeah, they're blocked too. How funny is that? Oh, sorry, people are popping into my stream trying to advertise. Just so you know, spamming accounts is not how your business grows. Duh. People are so dumb. So I want to make a video. I don't know how to make it in a positive way because I don't like putting out negative content. I really one day would love to make a video and show everybody the reality of being a YouTuber. Like the real behind the scenes, what it's like to wake up as a YouTuber and log into your social media and see what people are saying about you. It's insane. Yeah, Muhammad, those are either bots or trolls or either or. But it's crazy because there's a lot of people that don't see the side of YouTube that we see. And I just kind of thought it might be kind of fun one day to kind of like show people why YouTubers stop reading comments, or show you why YouTubers don't reply to emails, or they get frustrated in videos, or why YouTubers sometimes stop making content. Because the amount of stuff that we receive on our end is mind-boggling. It's crazy to know the amount of human beings out there that throw out that kind of stuff at people like me every day is madness. You know, you have to be a tough skin kind of person to just not care about it, but not caring about it doesn't really make a difference, right? Because no matter what, whether you care about the message or not, it was still in your day. It sucks sometimes. That's why I don't always go into the comments of my videos, because there's stuff that we see on my end that's not public on your end. And on my end, it's just there. So I have a lot of blocked words on my channel just to keep things a bit more positive for those who do like to read the comments. I like to keep it positive. So there's a lot of really negative words that I've blocked. But when I go in there, all those things are right there. Everything, whether people are bashing other people or they got bad things to say about me or whatever, it's all there for us to see. And I don't like to wake up in my day and be exposed to plug your kids' ears, okay? Take all your kids and plug their ears. I don't purposely wake up in the morning expecting to be surrounded by assholes. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of YouTubers are the same way. That's why we're just like, forget it, we're done. But I thought one day maybe it might be a good thing to show people the reality of it. Like, especially for those that are looking at starting their own YouTube channel, to actually see legitimately what goes on, what we have to face on a daily. J.O.P., you got that right. Tired of seeing nothing but negativity. That happens in the comments, you guys. It just happens. So nice. So nice. Ron sees America, man. It feels good to be back on YouTube. Taking that, 7-day break, 8-day break, whatever it was. I wasn't fun. I really like what I do here. I really enjoy making content. And waking up without my camera is just not the same. It's crazy because I live my life around making content. And that's kind of crazy, but I live in my van by myself with my dog. So for me, what would I do if I didn't make content? And those 7-8 days of not filming anything really showed me that everything I did when I was trying to take time off was Van City van life related, was me putting in all those days of hard work at the shop, because I did that for me, but that shop is for me and the channel. So Erez Moto Garage, block, delete, ignore. So Erez, talking about the trolls or the people like, spilling negativity, that's the problem. Is ignore is the only way. And if you want to ignore that, which means you just don't read your comments and you stop taking emails, because blocking and deleting them takes time, takes energy, which means you have to read it, which means you're surrounded with it. So the only way to avoid all that stuff is to not read your comments and no longer receive a personal email. That's the only way. It's crazy, because otherwise, if you look at it, it's like cleaning the bathroom every day. I don't want to come to work and clean the bathroom, but that's what it's like checking emails sometimes, is you go in there and all you do is just dumping shit, just getting rid of shit. Because someone walks in there and just wipes shit all over your email. Like, really, bro? Can you come into my bathroom and at least write something nice on the wall instead of being a douche? Yeah, the only way is ignore. I made a video a little while ago talking about this subject real quick. I gave advice on starting YouTubers, and a lot of people didn't like what I had to say. But yeah, I've given all my friends the same advice. Any of my friends that started a YouTube channel, I gave them all the same advice. I'm like, don't read your comments. How bad is that? Oh, the a-holes don't bother me at all. They don't. You're not going to break me. I've been in high school before, and that's what it's like. I've been in high school before. Nothing nobody can say to me that I haven't heard before. Tracy's like, smile and F you, Chrome's advice. Tracy obviously seen some of my comments to people. Victoria, how's Emmy? I don't know. Go over and see on her channel. I don't know. Would you ever put a newer front end on your... Yeah, so I have... Speaking of that, I have... That was my original plan. So I have some pictures some people did up of my ambulance when I was spitting out ideas. And someone did a real-life mock-up of it with the brand new... Well, not a brand new. With a 2012 front end. So here's my ambulance with different rims and tires on it, and the front end of a 2012 on the front. Why is that a different color? That's better. So yeah, so they took my exact ambulance, they put bigger tires on it, did it the colors that I wanted to do it in, and put the newer front end on it. I thought about doing the newer front end, but then that's also like, by the time it's all said and done, probably another $1,000 that I don't know if I want to put into that ambulance. Do you know what I mean? I really like the OG old school front end. I think it looks really good on it. The only plus side to doing the front end of a 2012 on that ambulance is it gives you more room around the engine, allowing you to put an I think it's called an intercooler. A cooling system on the engine, which will get you more power, I heard. But I don't know if I want to go through the big route of doing a big front end. I could. I'm already halfway there because the fenders will have to come off anyway. And it needs a new hood. But I don't know if I want to put in that extra time and money into that ambulance. I don't know if it's really going to make that much of a difference in the end. Because it looks super dope with the old school front end on it. It looks kind of dope with that front end on it too. So I'm not really too sure. Intercoolers are for turbos. Does the yes, it does. So yeah. But that's the only benefit to doing the bigger front end on it, is it allows you to get an intercooler on there. Are they closing everything in Canada? Kind of looks like it. That's what the news are saying in the US. Yeah, because it kind of looks like it. I know there's down on the other side of Canada, on the the East Coast side, I'm more in the middle. Yeah, I heard they're locking down and it's Quebec's got curfews, and none of that's happening here. And I don't give a crap if it does happen here. I'm just going to go back in the bush and see you later. It's easy as that. Just avoid towns. It's all good. I'll go up in the bush and wait for the bears to wake up. Winter is over soon. They should be waking up anytime. Drop a Raptor motor in it. Yeah, I would love, but it's got a 7.3 liter diesel in it. Sure, it's got a lot of kilometers on that ambulance. Sure, but I don't know how far I want to go with that, especially if I don't keep it. Do I like candles? Yes, I used to have candles all the time in my apartment. Would I use them in my van? No. No, because I'm one of those kind of guys that are just like, what if I have to move and I forget that it's lit and now I got wax all over my van, if I happen to drive around a corner? Because I've done that where I've left coffee in the counter and it spilled everywhere. I don't want candle wax all at my wall because I know something like that would happen. What's the longest I've ever spent in the backcountry? Not that long. The longest I've spent away, believe it or not, it's probably been 5 days because I can't stay out there any longer because of you. No, I can't stay out there that long because of my upload schedule on YouTube. And the only way for me to stay out there longer would be to not upload videos for a while. And if there's no videos going up, there's no money being made. So yeah, so I've only really been out for 5 days, but a lot of times I'll go out and sometimes I'll just drive back for one day and I'll upload 2 or 3 more videos and then drive back out there. But I have to come back for internet for working reasons, and that's it. Until Elon Musk can release a mobile version of Starlink that I can mount to the roof of my van that will work across the entire country of Canada, I'm in. But until that time, I have to come back to town to upload videos. But honestly, if Starlink has a mobile one that I can use everywhere in Canada, not just in the area where it was shipped to, because that's the policy now, is you can only use it around the address that you live at, that it was shipped to. You can't use it outside of there very far. So until he releases a mobile version, I may never come back to town. I'm not shitting you, man. I will be in the backcountry all the time. We could live stream from like 400 kilometers out. No, that's a long way out. I don't have enough fuel in my van to do 800 kilometers round trip. But you know what I mean? Like we could be way out there in the backcountry and have mobile satellite internet. He promised it this year. He said it would come out this year. Mary says she heard Starlink is not that great. I have friends with Starlink that's twice as fast as their local internet. So it depends on where you are, depends on your connection, depends on how close that satellite is to where your unit is. But honestly, it's fast enough for me to stay in the backcountry, good enough for me. Even if it took me 5 hours to upload a video on it, who gives a shit? It beats me driving 4 hours back to town to spend 6 hours in town to edit and upload a video. Forget it. Just let me stay out in the bush. I'll be stoked. So Elon Musk, hurry up. Okay. So yeah, Mary, whoever told you that, it's probably their area and whatever's going on with them. I've heard nothing but really great things. I heard it's spotty at times, depending on the areas, but yeah, but whatever, fuck, it's internet in the backcountry. That's insane. That would change my life. My life would never be the same. It'd flip it right upside down, dude. Woo! Sorry, that pumps me up. Just that thought pumps me up. Did I just bang my chest? What an idiot. Yeah, that's as a YouTuber that loves the backcountry. Come on. Oh, yeah. Do I use instant coffee? No, I don't. I don't see a point to instant coffee when I put this on top of a cup. I put this inside there, and then I pour my coffee in there. This coffee is Canadian as that's it. I don't see it's not that hard. You boil some water, you pour it over the filter, you're done. I've never been an instant coffee kind of guy. They just launched more Starlink this past week from the Cape. Wicked. Yeah, all I care about is having a mobile unit. You know, one that I can use everywhere in Canada. That's all I care about. Hey, Karen, welcome to the live stream. Chrome, are you keeping track of the expenses on building the ambulance? Yes, I absolutely am. And that's exactly why, Julie. That's why I'm tracking everything, because I want to have a full layout so I can see what the sale price is at the end, to see exactly. And I'm literally marking down everything. So every piece of sandpaper, I have it all laid out. I'm like, okay, so this sandpaper's cost this. I want to lay it all out so I know exactly what that full project cost me at the end, so I know what kind of sale price to put on it at the end of it. Because it's easy for a project like that to go, well, I think I spent, $5,000 on this, another 3,000 on that. But if you don't write it all down and you don't keep every receipt, you could lose money on a project like that. But what I'm hoping to do with that project is to earn money from making. Is that a lawnmower? Seriously, dude, that sounds like a lawnmower. What the hell is that? It's like raining outside and there's piles of snow around me. Chrome, where are you? Really, Chrome? I seen your thumbnail. Where are you? Snowblower. No, because it's raining outside. There's no snow. It's just piles of snow in the parking lot. I'm curious now. I want to look outside. Nope, definitely not a lawnmower. It's one of those. The company is called Redux. They suck all that fat from all the fast food restaurants from the bin over there and put it in a great big system, like cooking oils and shit from all the restaurants. Sounds like a lawnmower. So anyway, I lost track. I got sidetracked. Lawnmower. So I'm not really worried about the hours that I'm putting into the ambulance to factor that into the total of what I'm going to sell it for, because those days, like, I'll track the hours because it'd be nice to know exactly, okay, this thing took me this many hours to build, but I'm not going to use those hours to factor in the selling price. Because anytime I work on the ambulance, the camera's rolling. So that's me working for my own job, which is making YouTube videos. So during that time, I'm actually getting paid by the videos that I create, and I'm not looking to redeem that out of the ambulance either. I'm also not looking to profit a fortune off the ambulance, because if I build it and sell it, I'm just doing it for content. And, I'm hoping to just earn that money from the content. Oh, sorry, guys, my chat just reset. I missed a whack of people. Do I ever miss my apartment? Hell no. Heck no. Somebody messaged me a good question the other day. They're like, Chrome, would you ever go back to living in a house or an apartment if rent was free? No. Seriously, if someone's like, hey, here's my $1 million apartment, you can live in it rent free for 10 years. Would I do it? No, absolutely not. I mean, if I could do it and resell it, sure. Yeah, Daryl, I did see that Overland lady rolled her SUV. I did see that. It's pretty sad. But yeah, no, I wouldn't. I love van life so much that if rent was free around the world and I could just pick and choose wherever I wanted to live, I'd still live in my van. Yeah, a lot of people that are just getting into it, they just sometimes they think that we miss the luxuries of home. And the luxuries of home, to me, I have them all. I have a kitchen to cook in. I have an amazing bed that's super comfortable, and it's cozy to curl up and watch movies in here, way more comfortable than it was in my apartment. And I got everything that I need. Like when I was in my apartment lying down watching movies, and I'm like, oh man, I want snacks. I'd have to get up. I'd have to get out of my pajamas or put some shoes on. I'd have to go down 28 floors on that flipping elevator into the basement of the building, get into my car, drive my car up 3 levels, because my car was 3 levels underground. So I had to go up 1 level, another level, and then another level to the top, go out, drive through the concrete jungle of town to get to the nearest corner store, because there wasn't a corner store near my apartment, go get my snacks, come all the way back home. Now, if I'm smart, I park my van right beside the corner store. I curl in the back, watch my movies, and I got snacks out the wazoo anytime that I want. All I got to do is get up, go outside, walk into the corner store, come back out, get in my van, go back to bed, and keep watching movies. Yeah, I'd never go back. I mean, if they take my license away at some point in my life when I'm too old to drive, then maybe I'll get it. I'll go down to Mexico and live super cheap. But there's no way I would ever go back. I may change my vehicles over the years and, and how I live in my van, but going back just ain't going to happen. So yeah, sorry, I was going to say something. I got sidetracked. What happened to my lowrider cars? I sold them. So I've always been the person, and you guys have seen that on my channel. When something happens in here that says, Chrome, do this, I go do it. Right? When my heart is like, yeah, good idea, I go in 100%. So that happened with the shop. The shop had been on my mind for about 6 months or more. And I'd popped up random conversations about, man, a shop would be kind of cool. But it was never really like in there. Then when the shop thought got in my mind, you guys seen my shop explode into what it is over a couple of months, because I'm that person. If you're going to do it, do it. Don't mess around. Do it. Go all in. Because if you don't go all in and you go halfway in, it never becomes what you want it to be. And that's the same thing with van life. When I decided I wanted to move into my van, I went all in, sold everything I owned, and dropped my apartment, and I left before my lease was even up. Like, I still had time to stay there. That was paid. I already paid, but I left early. Why? Because I wanted to get into that van. I had sold everything I owned already, and I was sleeping on the floor at that point. I had nothing in my house anymore. I was sleeping on the floor. And, but I'm that person. You know what I mean? You have to just take that risk on you once in a while. And I think too many people in this world, including myself years back, when your heart wanted something, you were just too scared to make that leap, because the life that you were living had all the creature comforts that you needed to be comfortable. You had a job you hated, but you had money that paid rent for the place you stayed that you hated paying that rent for. And it paid for the car that you bought that just, it was fancy when you got it. But then 6 months later, it's just a damn car. And you're like, why did I spend that? Why am I spending this money on a car? But you just get comfortable with things. Yeah, sorry. Just thinking about my past like that, it's like, I would never wish that on me ever again. Just thinking about spending that money to sleep at night, to think about throwing $1,300 out the door to sleep. Like we're talking a place that you sleep. You wake up in the morning and you leave all day. While you have energy to enjoy something, you're at work expelling all that energy on a job and a boss you probably don't like. At least that was my story anyway. Yeah, sorry. My head's going down a rabbit hole. I gotta get out. I gotta get out of it. Joseph Malloy Travels, thank you so much for that. Yeah, Vanquished, you said that right. 100%. Sleeping is expensive. Excuse me, guys. Scott moved into his mini truck in 1988. Wicked. Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people think about that. Their home, the place, it stays empty all day. And you get up in the morning, you get dressed, you leave, you go to work. and then you spend all your energy at work. And when you come home, all you want to do is like, I mean, I can't speak for everybody because I don't know you guys. There's 1,500 people on here right now. But for me, I came home and took whatever energy I had left and just focused on my DJ stuff. Because I still, I've always been a DJ. So at nights, I would do DJ stuff until I was exhausted. But I expelled all my energy at work. And when I came home, I needed to take some little bit of energy I had left and try to make me a better person. So I focused on my DJ stuff. And I'd go to bed every night exhausted. But my home didn't offer me anything but a place to sleep and leave and dump my money into. We want Cruzy Bear NFTs. So good. That's a damn good idea. Oh, Mike Robinson, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Some Cruzy Bear NFTs would be a cool idea. Lorraine wants to know where my daughter is, that she doesn't see her in my videos. I don't film her anymore. Every once in a while, I film a little piece of her, but we don't film our visits anymore. I'm going to see her in the next few days, actually. But those are things that you guys don't see anymore. Like, there's times when I'll jump on the ferry, bounce over there to go see her for a day and come back to the island. And if I don't film that day, yeah, I haven't been putting her in videos at all anymore. I used to work for a chemical company. They manufactured chemicals. So they did chemicals for steam boilers and hot water boilers for water treatment. So I worked with dangerous chemicals all day. That was my day job. And then I DJ'd Thursday, Friday, sometimes more than that. I DJ'd Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights on average. And then there's some days I do a Tuesday or a Wednesday gig, but mostly just Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, plus working a full-time day job during the day. It was crazy. I mean, for a while there, when I first got the day job, I was working 6 nights a week at the club, plus 5 days a week at the day job. I'd come to work. I was a damn maniac. I was just like, showing up to work in the morning. I was a horrible employee. Me and day jobs, we just don't get along. Oh, Mike Robinson, thank you. That Cruzy. Mike bought you some treats, buddy. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, I'm a horrible employee. So if you got a job for me, I quit already. Melly, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I have a buddy of mine in Victoria who has a landscaping company, and oh yeah, if you're a nomad right now and you live in Victoria and you're in your van on Vancouver Island and you want to work, like put in labor work, like don't be a plug your kids' ears. If you're not a pussy when it comes to labor and you really want a job, even if it's for like a month, my buddy Daniel is always looking for people to help out, like mow lawns, rake leaves, push snow with a shovel. His company is called Mowtime Lawn Care, Mowtime, Mowtime Lawn Care in Victoria, BC. But he'd be down to hire a nomad that's just in Victoria for a couple of days. Just say you're out here in the summer and you need a job for August. Yeah, man, message him. He has a hard time finding employees. I think a lot of people do. So if you're a nomad looking for some work, it won't be cash work. It'll be on the books, but give you an option out there as well too. Chrome, what about a shower in my shop? My shop doesn't have running water inside of it. It just got no plumbing inside of it either. My shop does have a water tap on the outside, and I've bathed at the shop. So I've taken my poo bucket like I would in the backcountry, and I filled it full of water from the tap outside. I came inside and I pot by pot on my camp stove, heated up that water till it was warm enough, and then I just scooped it over me while I stood in a bin and had myself a shower, just like I would in the backcountry. I have had 2 showers like that at the shop. But yeah, I don't have any plumbing at the shop. Like there's no drains in the ground at all. So that's not an option. Maybe as I stay at the shop for a while, maybe a while down the line, I'll start maybe kind of seeing what I can do about that situation. But as of right now, my shop has electricity It has a heater mounted to the wall, electric one. Plus I have my diesel heater in there, so it stays super warm in there because that little electric one's pretty small. That electric one would take forever to heat that shop on a cold day. So having the knockoff diesel heater in there too is really heats the place up pretty good. And having water outside is really all I need. It's got no bathroom. I just use a bucket in my van, the one I'm sitting on right now, actually. Andy, what's up? Overland of Tears. How you doing, buddy? Happy Tuesday, bro. Thanks for the love. I appreciate it. I'm going to save all your super chats, bro, and use that for driving out to come see you this coming summer. I'm coming. This year, I'm coming. Sorry, my voice gets dry from talking. Chrome, do you know if any van lifers who remodeled your shop idea into a business, like trot stops for van lifers? I'm not sure what you really mean about that. So if I had a shop in an industrial park, I couldn't afford a shop like that because those industrial park shops are very expensive. They are out here anyway. But if I had a shop in an industrial area, I would definitely open it to the public as a space. But because my shop's on somebody's home private residence, I'm not putting it public because that's my space. I like to have the privacy there. It's really nice that when I'm there, that the world doesn't know where my shop is and I can kind of do things freely without knowing I'm going to be bothered. But if I had an industrial shop space, you bet it'd be open to the public. I would let people just come by and rent shop space. But that's not going to happen. I can't afford a space like that right now. It'd be nice, though. Julia, thank you. Well, you guys are super generous today. Is that your Ford? Is that a McConnell line? Hold on, I gotta zoom. My glasses aren't. I'm looking at your picture. Oh, damn, look at that thing. Sorry. Hey. Check that thing out. Kind of hard to tell what that is. Sweet. Julia, thank you. I appreciate that. Angela, thanks. Wouldn't be nice if we could call you while you're on your live stream. I've thought about this. I've thought exactly about what you were saying. That really just makes me want to think about this more. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to bring up an idea. I'd rather keep those ideas to myself. So, Angela, that may be a thing. That may be a thing. Wouldn't be on my personal cell phone, but that might be a thing. I love that. Thanks for bringing that up, actually. Vinny Timmy asked me, what do I do for a living? I make YouTube videos for a living. This is how I earn my income. There's no way I could have a job, like a standard job, and produce this many videos. It would be impossible. Like, believe it or not, right now, for me to produce the amount of videos that I do now, I work in a day what two people should work in a day. Like, my days are long days. So yeah, I make YouTube videos for a living. And a lot of people think they're like, how do I word this? Oh my gosh, it's so gross. I just looked on the top of my speaker there. It's fuzzy. Holy crap. Look at it. Bro. You should clean your van, buddy. You're a pig. That's disgusting. Oh, it's a dog hair and dust and dirt. Oh my gosh. I am such a disgusting human being. I seriously am a disgusting human being. Let's clean that while I'm here. That took me off guard. So I don't know what I was saying or whose question I was answering. I looked over and I just seen fur on the top of my speakers. Oh my gosh, it's so gross. It takes a lot to keep this little space clean. It gets dirty so fast. That, though, was neglect. 100%. That just didn't happen like yesterday. That's been months. How do you not keep a tiny little 70 square foot home clean? Laziness. Straight up just being lazy. Anyway, sidetracked. Is this live now? Yes, this is live right now. Oh, someone retracted a message to see what they said. Oh, I can't. Oh, I thought it would let me pull it up. It wouldn't let me pull it up. I love when people retract a message. I always get curious on what they said. Sorry, guys. I'm going back. Scanning, make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Julia, thank you. It's a 2019 4x4 sprinted 170 extended wicked. That's a big rig. Love that I caught you live. Been watching you for a couple years now. That's wicked, Julia. I met a subscriber the other day out here in Nanaimo who lives in a big 4x4 sprinter, and it was like in this, looks like the same gray as yours. Whoo, that is one sexy vehicle. And Angela says, let all take people. Let all. Hold. What's wrong with me today? Or is that just spelled wrong? Let all take people a vote now. Click on thumbs up for live call. Angela, have you been into the wine a little bit? Yeah, doing that live call thing is an option. I brought this up with another YouTuber the other day, and the other YouTuber told me I was insane. And I'm like, I think it's a great idea. So maybe doing live calls. I mean, I could also do my live streams on another platform. I mean, not on another platform, but I could do my stream through like a company like StreamYard, which would allow you to click on a link and then pop into my live stream yourself with your face. You know, so that is an option as well, too, for live streams. Let me put some thought into this. Angela, thank you. And I'll take a glass of wine if that's what you're doing. I haven't had a glass of wine in so long. Someone just said I'm a pretty gross weirdo. I am. Sorry, your comment was blocked. I just approved it. YouTube blocks things like the word gross. They're like, no, no, no. Yeah, so I mean, like I know a lot of YouTubers that use those other streaming platforms like StreamYard or whatever they're called. I think it's kind of cool. It might be kind of fun sometimes. Maybe we'll do like a once a month. I shouldn't say those things because then people look, I thought you said you were going to. Maybe we'll do it once in a while, or we do a live stream like that where you guys can come on board. Or we'll take the tail end of a live stream when I'm done talking and just let you guys babble about your stories. Give my talking a little bit of a breather. Give me some time to drink some water, and then, you know. Brandon, thanks for the love. Al loves that WeldTech lift kit. I am a huge fan of this WeldTech lift kit. So for those of you who don't know, my van was lifted with parts I bought from WeldTech Designs in the States. Holy crap. That kit is unbelievable. I have put that thing through its paces. Feels good on the highway, feels great in the dirt. Lifting this van was probably one of my greatest external additions. Just changed my van life. It allows me to get into places, like even in the snow, like I could get into places that most cars couldn't. I could just bomb right through it. It was awesome. Don, I appreciate that. Hey, Chrome, want to adopt you? No, I'm good. Thanks, though. Appreciate it. I can't even take care of myself sometimes, let alone adopting you. Am I going to lift the ambulance? So the ambulance already has a 4x4 kit in it. I may redo the leaf springs in the back just to give it some more height in the rear end. But I have a 10-foot limit on my door at the shop, which means I have 12 inches, which is a lot. I have 12 inches of extra space on that ambulance. So between bigger tires, raising the back up a little bit, the front is, it's taller than this thing. But I had to factor in whatever I do up on the roof with the roof vent, any small little roof rack system and solar. I got to keep in mind that I have a 10-foot clearance on my shop door. So whatever I do, it's got to be at least around 10 feet. If it's a bit higher than 10 feet, that's fine. I'll drop the air pressure so I could drive it into the shop, and then I'll just put the air back in the tires. But yeah, I think doing bigger tires on that thing will give it way more clearance anyway. Heated floors in the ambulance, that is a possibility. Possibility, I'm not a thing, but possible, because you can't stand inside the ambulance. Like, my head is sideways. I'm 5'11". If I was 5'8", I could stand in there no problem, but I'm like this in the ambulance when I stand. So the higher the floor is, the more this becomes an awkward space. You know what I mean? Originally, I thought about raising the roof on it. J5 was going to do that for me, and then I decided against not doing it. I just didn't want to do it. I don't want to wreck the streamline appearance of it, you know? Chrome, I love the doors on your van. Don't much like the sliding doors on some vans. So that's a great point for some people that are looking for vans right now. If you can find ones with the dual barn doors like this, it allows you to do stuff like this on it. It allows you to put garbage cans up here. This storage bin down here goes the depth of my door. So instead of it stopping here, so if I go here, so right there, it's like just on the curve of my hand, right? But when you open up the door, it goes deeper. You can't see. It goes deeper than that. So it goes all the way back in to my wrist. So instead of stopping here, it's got an extra like 3 inches of depth because we use the inside of the door. Allows you to put another bin there, stuff there. If you have a sliding door, you can't put anything on the door, nothing, because that door has to slide against the outside of the van, which means this whole wall is completely useless. The only way around making this space functional is that's where you just build an island here, like a small little island, so you could put all the stuff that you would normally put on the door here, which is, you know, not a big deal. But sometimes it is hard to find the barn door ones. Yeah, think about that, guys. Doing the barn doors is just a good idea for extra storage purposes. If you just like the appearance of a sliding door, and then rock with whatever you want, obviously. Chrome, what is your birth name? It used to be Metal, and then as I got older, I got chromed. Eh? Does that answer your question? Johar, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Oh, always don't want to miss any super chats. Okay, we're good. Barn doors seem safer and less heat loss in the winter. I don't know about that. I would say that these doors would lose more heat in the winter because there's more seals on it. You know what I mean? Where the other door just has the outside. This one has that center gap, which can also let in air. I would guess these ones would lose more heat in the winter. That'd be my guess. But it doesn't matter, man. Like, when you have a good heater, like if you get a dry air heater, I have a Webasto 2 kilowatt gasoline version. Having loss of heat is great. Seriously. Those heaters get these vans so warm that sometimes having some heat loss is very beneficial. Plus, little exchange of air is always nice too, even if it's coming from a leaky door seal. You know, not all door seals are going to be perfectly sealed anyway. Put the ambulance on hydraulics. Can you imagine? First time leaving the shop, I'm like three-wheeling my ambo out of the shop. Any of my lowrider buddies that are watching this are like, bro, don't do it. My ambo on 13-inch wire wheels with white walls. Woo. Yeah, no. I'd buy another one of these vans and do that to it though. Suzanne wants to know if you can buy the same shirt that I'm wearing. You can't have this one because it's mine. But yeah, all my merchandise is on our website at vancityvanlife.ca. This is one of the shirts that I am not removing. It's a classic, and we'll always have this shirt on our store at all times. Ambulance with spinner rims. Man, anything with spinner rims, it's not a good idea. Don't do it. Chrome's birth name is Chromium Vandium. Chromium Vandium. But Chrome is my actual name. Like on my actual ID. Where is it here? This wallet makes it hard to pull things out of. Like seriously, for real. Like anytime you go to Costco, you got to pull out the blade just to pull out it's got to be a better option. There you go. There's my name. Mr. Chrome Valdez. That's me. Nice picture, bro. They'll show my credit card. They didn't show my credit card. That's not my credit card. Get a Ridge wallet. See, I like those little wallets, but I carry cash in my wallet. I always carry cash. Not a lot of cash. I think there's $100 in my wallet right now, but I like having cash. I don't use it very often, but in the time you need it, it's nice to know you have a little bit of cash on you. It's just been who I am. And then sometimes when you see someone who needs a little help and something like that, to give them $20 to buy themselves lunch or something like that, it's always good to have cash. Chrome, when are your new stickers coming out? This question's come up once already on this live stream. Soon. I don't know when. Soon. We're still working on a few more designs. Because if I release new stickers, they'll be in an all-new sticker pack. So I'm just working on a few new ones. Who does your graphic designs for my merch? I have a few different graphic designers. In the links of my videos, including this one here, you'll see a link to the guy who did this one. Defined Design. His name is Clay. He's been my graphic designer since my nightclub days. He did all my nightclub posters and that guy's been doing graphics for me. He was like literally, he did all my radio show graphics, all my nightclub poster graphics, any logos or designs I needed through my whole club career. Defined Design was the crew that did it. He is such a badass dude. So yeah, his links are down below. He's done this one. He did my channel logo. What else did he do? He did my Weirdos Unite one, the one with the moose. He's done a lot. But I am currently working with about 4 or 5 different designers right now for merchandise stuff. Is he pretty wicked that you use Clay? He's such a good dude. I love that guy to freaking pieces, man. Me and Clay, this is funny. Like me and Clay, my whole club career, I mentioned him, I'm like, hey Buttercup, can I get this for this club date with this address, this whatever on it? He's like, no problem, Pookie. Our messages back and forth used to be like that, just all the time. I'm like, hey honey bun. Just like stupid little cheesy little names we'd say back and forth to each other. I'd never met the guy. He lived in Toronto. Then he added me to Facebook on his personal account. He is like some 350-pound big dude. He's a rapper too. And I'm like looking at this thing going, huh, that's the dude I've been calling Buttercup and Schnookums? It was so funny because I messaged him. I'm like, bro, I'll never call you baby cakes again. Because I always just figured, doing graphic design stuff, I pictured this little nerdy guy behind the computer doing graphic designs. I don't know. I just had this in my head, not realizing he was this giant, big dude. Clay, Mr. Baby Cakes. Well, that's funny, man. We had so much fun. He did a lot of graphics for me. I've always been really big on design, and that's why you see my channel with so much merchandise and so many stickers and things. I'm really big on that stuff. I love it so much that I wish I was a graphic designer. like doing stickers. Like when I had the chance to go be in the sign shop when A to Z Signs in Parksville there made my great big Van City Van Life one. Oh my gosh, man, that was just like heaven for me. I love the creative aspect and just the artistry, if you will, of doing stuff like that. I'm a big fan. But that's why I'm so big on stickers. I just think they're cool, they're fun, and clearly you've seen the roof of my vehicle in the front. I am a big fan of sticky things. But yeah, man, Izzy, it was pretty cool to hear that you've used clay. That's pretty cool. I like it that when subscribers of mine have, utilized companies and stuff that I work with, which is really awesome. Schnookums love that name. Yeah, but not when you're talking to like a 350-pound dude. He was a big boy. I'm like, okay, my bad. Yeah, we still do that though. How long is this live stream? We've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. Rob and Jan, behave yourselves. Put the tequila away. Sticky things. Yeah, I like those kind of sticky things too. What do you think of getting an X radio? What do you mean X radio? Like a radio for the backcountry? I have one. I haven't installed it yet. That's on my to-do list before I leave, is to install my radio so I can communicate with forestry trucks, so I can know where they are, or at least call out where I am so I don't get squashed. Why don't the stickers peel in heat or cold? I don't know what you mean. Why don't the stickers peel in heat or cold? I don't know what you mean. A good sticker shouldn't come off on a hot day or come off in the cold. A good sticker should just stick. Yeah. Bought a shirt folder because of me. Game changer. You said that 100%. Those stupid little Amazon shirt folders is why my shirt cupboard looks like this. Call my shirt. So if I want a shirt, I just literally thumb through it. I'm like, do I want this one, this one, this one? Yeah, this little stupid shirt folder from Amazon. Game changer. I love it. And I love being at the laundromat and watching people kind of look over and go, that's cool. That was pretty cheap too. Two-meter ham is the way to go. I don't know anything about it. I bought a Kenwood UFV, whatever it is, CB radio thing for the backcountry. I just went online, started looking at overland radios or 4x4 radios and started watching videos that all the 4x4 guys use, and just picked one that I thought fit my needs, and I haven't installed it yet. Is a dehumidifier necessary in a van? Where I live, yeah, that's all a waste of. Too many people really think about like this. I got to watch what I say because I don't know what it's like where you're at. Your climate is probably way different than mine. You don't live here, unless you do live here. Then if you do live here, then no. I don't know any van lifer that made purchases at the beginning of their van life because they thought, okay, let's fill socks full of rice and leave them all over my van to soak up the moisture. That's not a thing. It's not here anyway. Those are things that new van lifers do because they watch too many YouTube videos or read too many comments from small channels who are going through beginning stages of van life. Once you get into van life, putting socks full of rice to soak up moisture is not a thing, or buying dehumidifiers is not a thing. A dehumidifier is a good idea, or like those little ones that keep your van at a certain temperature if your van's being parked long-term and nobody's in it, just to kind of pull out some of that moisture in the air so it doesn't create mold while it's just being parked all buckled up. But yeah, a lot of those things are things you hear from beginning van lifers that overthink everything. Honestly, open a window. Let some air inside of it and you're good to go. And a lot of times, I mean, running your van heater is going to dry out the air. Buy a dry air heater for your van. Don't buy a propane, buy a dry air one. If you're concerned with moisture, I have the Webasto. Espar is another brand, and there's a few other brands out there, or the Chinese knockoff if you feel like repairing that thing every year. Seems to be the story from everybody I know. Or get the knockoff version one, and then your air will be dry in the van. Like super dry. But yeah, that moisture thing's not. And here's what I find. So I've had moisture problems underneath my mattress, but I find this is a repeat every single year during a short span of shifting seasons. That's the only time. And it happens for a week and then it's done. So I think people go out in that point and just kind of go overboard and they go away. It's just a shift in seasons. It happens anywhere. Like you're always going to get weird times where you may get a little bit of moisture in your van for a short period of the season, then it goes away. John wants to know if you can buy my ambulance. Yeah, make me an offer. Make me an offer right now before I build it, or make me an offer when it's done. Whatever you choose. If I sell it now, it better be a good offer. But would I sell it? Maybe. Would I sell my van? No. This is my home. Hey, buddy. Can we sell you? He looked at me like, oh, please. Please sell me to somebody other than you. Hey, buddy. Nice to see you awake. I won't sell you. Don't worry, buddy. He's still looking at me like, please, Dad, sell me to somebody else. Get me out of here. Can't find the designer links. You go into the description of my video, scroll all the way to the bottom, and in there somewhere it says graphic designer, definedesigns.ca, I think his site is. Or go on my website, vancityvanlife.ca. His link should be on there as well. I might be wrong. Let me shut up now. I'm going to go look. Vancity. I'm going to put him on there. Or Van. Huh. Let's find out. No, maybe not. No, it's not on there. Ceiling fan. Nope. Should be on my YouTube videos though. YouTube. Sorry guys, I shouldn't be doing this while I'm live streaming, but I'm curious now. I'm pretty darn sure it's in my description. Holy hope. So in my description, you click the words show more. Oops. It's taking me a stop. Oh, I'm looking here. I'm looking. Oh, maybe you're right. It's not on my new ones now. Oh, shit. My bad. My bad. The mix sound. Cruz the bullet. I guess no, I just changed it. Sorry, Clay. It's Define Design. DAFINE Design. There you go. She just added the link here. Let me post this here. I'll throw his link in there. This is one of my graphic designers. There you go. I think it's actually definedesign.ca too. That's the site pre him putting up the actual domain. It'll work. It'll get him there. Where do I buy Cruz's food now? Any pet store. Most pet stores now, if they're not, I mean, you're not going to find them at so Cruz is on 100% raw food. You're not going to find it at any chain stores like big ones, like out here, like PetSmart. like all those big department ones, you're not going to find a raw food selection. You need to go to more of the smaller boutique pet stores, which every town's got one. The place he's at now, it's still frozen, but the place on the island that I'm buying it is this one here. The name of the company is Buddies. Buddies Natural Pet Foods.ca is where I buy Cruz's food on Vancouver Island. But most pet stores, like Pet Value or Bosley's, they all have, or the smaller ones, they all have a raw dog food section. Don't just start feeding your dog raw food. Do your research before you feed it, okay? You need to can't just give it a chicken breast and think it's good. It's not. Don't do it. Do your research. Am I fixing the floor before I leave in May? Yes. So my van's got a few more changes I need to make in here before I leave. Doing the floor is definitely one of them. Yeah, I'm not leaving on my trip with my floor like this. It would drive me nuts. It's driving me nuts now. How much horsepower is my van? I'm not sure. Google it. So I have a 4.6 liter V8 Ford Econoline engine. I'm not too sure what the horsepower is on mine. It's the smallest of the engines in this year. How many miles were on my van when I bought it? So my van was at 165,000 kilometers. So you can do your conversion on your end. Just ask Google what the miles are at. But 165,000 kilometers when I bought it. Today, it's at 317,000 kilometers. And that's over 4 years being in my van. From a 165 to 400, so 165,000 K to 317,000 K in 4 years. Pickle's got a 5.8 liter. Mine's a 4.6, the smaller one. What shots does Cruz get? Whatever he needed as a puppy. What? Are you mad that I'm on a live stream? You hungry? Oh, you perked up. You hungry? He's like, for real, Dad, stop saying the word hungry. I know what hungry means. Okay, buddy, it's frozen still, bro. Yeah, it's frozen still, buddy. Tell you what, I'll turn the heater on. Let's thaw these out a little bit. One sec, guys. Quite often, I'll use my heater. And I'll just point it towards. I'm gonna bring it over here. I'll point the heater towards the floor. Put Cruz's frozen food in a bowl, and just fire the heater right at it until it thaws out. Sorry, buddy. Is it, Dad? It's still in the package, Dad. Give it 10 minutes, okay? It'll be 10 minutes. It should be good. He's hungry. When do you see you changing vans? I don't know. This van has been an absolute rock star. I don't really know. I don't know. So far, I love this van to absolute pieces. And this van owes me nothing. You know, it's made my business here on YouTube into a business. If it wasn't for this van, we wouldn't be here today. It's just been really good to me. My only complaint with it, besides all the rust that we've been battling, that will never stop. This thing will continually keep falling apart. Like, that's the worst part about buying a van, is keeping the rust in check. Is that better lighting? Does that make a difference? Yeah, so keeping the rust in check is a big deal. But other than that, my only complaint with this van is I wish it had a bigger engine. That's it. So things to keep in mind when you hear YouTubers like me saying, I wish I would have bought the E350 because of the payload capacity, and I wish I would have known about the engine capacity, about building it into a big van like this one, that having more power would have been a problem. So yeah, bigger engine and an E350 would be my dream. But this will never change unless my engine blows up If it does, if I have to pull this engine out to rebuild it, I'm not. I will not rebuild this engine. If it ever comes to that, the first thing I'm going to do is put in the bigger engine in here, which probably be the 5.4 or whatever else I can fit in here. 100% in. Undercoat the side of your van. That's not the answer. When your van has already gone to shit, undercoating is not going to do a damn thing. Sure, it may extend some winter problems, but it's not going to stop it. We've done so much rust repair work. We have undercoating on everything, and it's still rusting right through it, because that's a problem when you actually have if you're just spraying it with oil, different story, because you have to, if you keep doing that all the time, no problem. But spraying the undercoating, if a rock gets in somewhere, puts a peel in it, all that water gets behind the undercoating and rots where you can't see it. That's not the answer. On a brand new vehicle, when you're zero rust on the bottom, but when the bottom of your van is like mine, rotted to shit, it's done. It's over. It's over. This thing will never stop rusting, ever. We've done so much rust repair work over the years. You just do what you can, and hopefully it holds out another 3-4 more years. We've done a great job. Faze just said undercoating an old van is death. Traps moisture. You got that right. And that's right. So you completely said that correct. Cancer is a mother effer. You got that right. It's all rust is cancer for vans. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, we've done everything I could for rust repair. We chopped out all the rocker panels last year, re-welded in all new rockers, and it's still rusting. It's never going to stop. Scott, are you bragging? Mine is the 5.4 E350. Scott, stop bragging. I would have loved the more payload capacity and more power, but it is what it is. My van is a little sluggish. It's also at maximum weight. Like, my van is about as heavy as it can get. So Kenny, I just mentioned that about putting the 5.4 in this van. If my engine were to ever pack it in, I would never do an upgrade like that to my van while my engine is running perfectly. Never. Because what's the point? Like, it's not, my van gets me everywhere that I want to go, and it's been reliable since day one. Knock on wood. But it's been reliable. So I would never change anything that doesn't need to be changed. Biggest lesson van life taught me. Wow, that's a big question. I think the biggest lesson van life taught me was, damn it. biggest lesson van life taught me has been how, I don't know how to word this. The biggest lesson was, like, how much of my life did I lose? I don't know if this answers the question, but this is the first thing that comes to my mind. It just kind of like, how much of my life I lost feeling trapped at a job that I didn't like, because I felt like that's where I had to be. That's where I needed to be. That's where everybody told me I had to be, was at a steady job with a nice place to live and a nice car. I think the biggest lesson van life taught me is you don't need any of that shit. All the shit that was instilled in you growing up, or instilled in you by friends or family or people around you, or just the circle that you're in, was all that stuff that, you know, you see everybody going on around you, and everybody's got career things going on, or just like working extra overtime hours, to like all that fluff in the world doesn't mean shit. Nothing. This van taught me that everything I need is within 70 square feet. And it wasn't until recently that I got my shop, because I want to expand what's happening here on this channel. So having the shop space is going to allow me to hopefully do some bigger things as we move forward in the years of our van life and YouTube channel. But van life taught me that all that fluff in life that you thought you needed because the world just said you had to have a white picket fence and a good 9-to-5 paying job. All that stuff's bullshit. You know what I mean? If you want those things, that's because you want those things. Do you need them? No. I think that's why so many people are having a hard time finding employees lately, and so many businesses are understaffed. Is because all these people have found creative ways to make money without punching a clock every day, without dealing with a shirk of a boss and stupid people they work with that they don't like to work with. And, you know, they hate going to work during the day because, sorry if your name's Sally. Sally at the front desk is a, you know. I don't know, I just think van life taught me that you don't need all the things that I was taught my whole life that I needed. All I need is to be creative, follow my heart with what I want to do, and live in my small box of a home. Am I still DJing? No. Yes. Not live. I'm not DJing out for anybody, but I still set up my DJ stuff. I had it set up at the shop the other day. I still use it in my van, but not as often. Since I've been having the shop, it's been really nice lately to just set up my gear and stand up and DJ. So that's one benefit of having a van you could stand up in, is I might DJ more often in my van if I could stand and do it. It's weird to sit and do it. It's not right. When you stand, you move around, you just got your feet going. You're like, yeah, it feels good. But when I'm sitting in the van, it's like, you just feel weird. It doesn't feel right. So I've been setting up my stuff in the van a bit. I mean, in the shop a bit. It's been nice. I took a picture of it the other day. That was a good looking setup. Where is it here? There's my setup at the shop the other day. I put a couple of little lights on the other side to light up the controller. Yeah, it was kind of nice. Yeah. I'd like to put a nice little setup in the shop one day. I really would. And somebody asked me about this e-bike earlier. If you haven't seen that video, I had a company reach out to me and send me that badass e-bike. It's from a company called Merkava. It's called the Monroe. It is wicked awesome. I only ripped it around the yard of the shop. I haven't had the chance to take it out because it's been snowy and rainy. But yeah, guys, if you're looking for an e-bike, man, whoo, that Merkava company makes some pretty awesome stuff. I'm a big fan of the whole vintage look. I've had a lot of e-bike companies say, hey, Chrome, I want to give you an e-bike. I'm like, I don't want your e-bike, your foldable little thing. It was never my style. That thing? Oh, yeah, dude. I'm going to be like, cruising down the beach in. It's going to be great. Okay, Cruzy. Your dinner's ready. Thawed pretty fast, man. Oh, one of your packages are leaking, bro. Okay, Cruzy, hold on. Sorry, guys. We're going to feed Cruzy some gross food. You guys don't want to see this, but I'm going to put it over here anyway. All right. So this is a 1/2 pound of lamb. So gross. So in here is 40% lamb, 40% boneless lamb, 20% bone-in rabbit, 25% pork heart, 10% pork organ. And we're gonna, oh, see, he's getting so excited. Oh, this one's got a leak in it. And because it's a good idea to vary up his protein sources, here is another 1/2 pound. This one is turkey. So inside of this one, I wrecked the thing on it. It's got bone-in turkey, beef heart, 50% vegetables, and 10% organ. Gross, dude. So disgusting. Stuff's foul. Cruzy, you're a disgusting dog. Okay? He's a freak show, man. He loves this stuff. Sorry, guys. We got to feed the champ of the show. And then we have to add some trace minerals. Little tiny splash of multivitamin. It's like Dr. Dubia's soul food. All right, guys, back in a sec. It's in here somewhere, buddy. Bro, where'd it go, Cruzy? Cruzy, where'd it go, buddy? Where'd it go? I tucked this way in the back so it would stay cold. Look at him, he's freaking out over here. This is just herring oil. So get him some good omega-3s. And then, oh, fuck, he can't control himself. Let me shut the heater off. And then I add some water to it because of his bladder stones. The more water he gets, the better. You guys hear him? He's running like all over. He's like, Dad, hurry up. Okay, buddy. That's all it is. Big muck. Hey, Crazy, here. And then you guys are like, you're so gross. And then later, when this thaws out, he'll get a whole herring, like guts in and everything. That's his nighttime snack. So disgusting. Okay, guys, I gotta clean my hands. One sec. Because it's raw food, you got to treat it like cooking food at home. Okay? I don't want to get no salmonella. I don't want it. Ellie, you are completely wrong. Ellie's like, and dog farts. That is 100% false. Any tips on van life with a dog? No. You're just gonna have to change your life a little bit. Doing van life with a dog means you really got to be careful when you do your shopping. So I shop even in the winter. I don't care. First thing in the morning when the parking lots aren't overly busy, and you can go in and out. And you just gotta do that in the summertime because it's easy in the summer when it gets hot outside you can't go shopping. You can't. So the only thing dogs do limit is where you can go, how far you can hike if you're a hiker. I have a bulldog. He's not a very big hiker. He's not a very big walker, little on that. So yeah, there's really no tips. It's the same as living in your apartment. There is no difference, except your dog is going to have way more fun. It'll be a bigger backyard. Yeah, otherwise there's really no tips, right? Your dog will just have to get used to the noises that are around, and that'll all come with time. Your dog may be a little bit barky at the beginning because it doesn't know what kind of sounds are going on outside. Is that college rank? College rank? Thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. Robert Shields, Chrome, have you seen wheel jacks with casters so you can move? Yeah, it's a pretty cool idea. My shop's not big enough for that kind of a situation. Like if I had a shop where you could put like 4 vans in it and you could move vehicles around inside like that, sure. But starting a vehicle every now and then is not a bad thing either. So, but yeah, my shop's not big enough for that. I have room in my shop for 2 vans. because the back quarter of the shop is all. I could put 4 vans bumper to bumper, but I chose to make the half the shop a shop with like a bench and everything else we're gonna need. Do I watch Jeffy Bear's videos? Sometimes. I'll pop in there and check on my friends once in a while. It's like all my other van life friends that have YouTube channels. I don't watch their videos either. Bro, take it easy over there. Freak show. Bro, you're making a mess, Cruzy. Dude, you smashed that whole thing already. Come here, let me wipe your face. Come here. I don't want dead meat all over my van. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on, buddy. I don't want that stuff all over the van. You're so disgusting, bro. You're gross, buddy. That went down quick. Ah, buddy. Hey. There you go, pal. There you go, buddy. Good to go. Your face is clean. And he burped. Oh my gosh. Since I put him on 100%, because he was always on, sorry guys. Cruz has always been 50% raw, 50% kibble. But since I put him on 100% raw, 100% different dog. Anybody? Like there were days I would put out kibble in the afternoon. And it would sit there until the next day, and sometimes he wouldn't eat it. He would wait for that raw meal sometimes. Hey, he likes this food. Is Cruz related to Disco? No. What's for dinner for me? I'm not sure yet. I may, oh my gosh. Want to answer this prank call and see what this is? Hello.
Hi, this is Service Canada. We have got an order to suspend your social insurance number on an immediate basis because your social has been found suspicious for some illegal and criminal activities.
Oh.
It is very time sensitive and urgent to hear back from you.
We should take this, right?
Proceed further with suspension on your social and assets. Please press 1 to speak to our officer. Please press 1. Thank you.
Well, we better find out, kids.
Service Canada, how may I help you?
Yeah, I don't know. You phone me. What's going on? Oh, really? You hang up that soon? Come on. He's like, he's on to me. I didn't say anything, and he already hung up on me. So good. I love answering those calls sometimes. Shit. You never get, whoever was this, like Caribou, you never get those calls? Okay, here in Canada, they're like over half the time that phone rings. Like my phone's like vibrated like 5 times during this thing. It's nonstop, man. They just don't quit. How much does Cruz weigh? He's 100. He's 60 pounds. Not 100. He's 60 pounds. Answering those things are fun sometimes. I know, and so like now what I'll do now is all the phone calls that have come in, I'll go in there and block them all so they can't call me from that number ever again. Yeah, they were supposed to do something here in Canada to make cell phone companies do something about that. Because nobody answers their phone anymore. Like when you call somebody, they don't answer their phone. Like for me, like text messages sometimes, I don't even look at them because when your phone vibrates, half the time it's nothing real. Crazy, someone says you're 60 pounds, seems heavy. Let me pick you up here to give you guys a perspective on me versus Cruz. Okay, put your head by mine. Okay, hold on, buddy. Don't barf on me, okay? He's big. That, look at the fat head. Look at that. He's a big dog, dude. Hey, you're a big bugger. Every time someone comes to our van and sees him in person, they're like, holy crap, he's way bigger than I thought he was going to be. You know, he's a big unit. You got that right. Gotta love the caller ID. Yeah, so funny story. So I did what every dog owner does. You buy a dog collar for the dog and you put your phone number on the back. Well, what happens with me when I put my phone number on the back is people on my YouTube channel start to call me because he's sitting there one day and my phone number is right there and ring. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Oh, my phone number got out. That video has now been edited and blurred out that section. So now it just says vancityvanlife.ca. Yeah, I get different phone calls, different language calls all the time. Either it's always like they always pick it up. It's like shoo shang xing shang xing and whatever. I don't know. That's exactly what it sounds like. It starts with this like shoo shang xing and then off to whatever they say after that. But I don't know what that means or what. But they get them all the time here. It's insane. Charlie wants to know why I'm living in parking lots, because sometimes living in a parking lot is just convenient. Hey, buddy. Because sometimes living in a parking lot is just convenient. What up, Blind Views? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of times when you're around big box stores and stuff like that, and they allow you to overnight park, and then during the day somewhere, you don't want to sit at a park or because their parks are busy or something. So sometimes I'll just like go pull my van over in the corner of the busy mall and just hibernate. Just get lost in the stack of vehicles out there. And, you know, it's kind of, I don't know. I enjoy living in parking lots sometimes. Not all the time, but every once in a while, it's kind of nice. But I have been finding in the last week, I've been around parking lots a lot. Sleep at a Costco at night and parking lot living, man. It's a part of van life. And if you don't live in a van, you will understand that sometimes there is a big piece of your van life every once in a while that will just be parking lots during the day, drive to another parking lot, aka Walmart or a Costco or Cracker Barrel if you're in the US, to have a good night's sleep. Sometimes you just got to live in a parking lot. Welcome to van life. It's just what it is. Life with Mia sounds like me if I live in my van full time. Yeah, sometimes just parking lots are convenient for a lot of reasons, because here I have access to their Wi-Fi over there. I'm streaming on my cell phone right now, my cell phone data, because it's faster. But if I'm just here watching Netflix, I just tether to the business right there, and I can watch Netflix without using my data. And same thing when it comes to places at night. If you can park at a Walmart closer to the door, then you can get Wi-Fi from Walmart. It's kind of convenient. But what? What's your problem? Oh, he's pissy. What's your problem? He's like, God damn it. Everybody's looking at me now. What's your problem? What do you want? What is it? What is it? He's tripping. Are you tripping out? What is it? But get it. Get it. He's barking at the floor. He's like, where's my poo bucket? I'm sitting on it, bro. That's where my poo bucket normally is. Hey, are you seeing things down there you don't normally see? That's the compressor, bro. Hey. What is it? Is it? Where's the squirrel? That's my boy. Yep, he might have to go out and go poo. Oh, I know what he's looking at. I think he's looking for that fish. It's not thawed out yet, buddy. You can't have it yet. I am in Nanaimo, BC. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm reading some messages here. Stop moving. What happened to the new shower deal you're trying to check out? I messaged the company. Now we're just trying to work out a deal. And that's the problem. When it comes to working with a brand, you know, not all brands are easy to work with. You know, like they message me and want me to look at their product. And then, so let's break it down easy. Well, we use them. They reached out to me and said, hey, we have this product. We want to feature it on your channel. Are you interested? I messaged them back and say, yes, I am interested. And I told these guys, I don't take products for free from companies and put them on my channel. I don't do that. I don't do product reviews. Because what they want and what every company that sends me products wants, hey, can you make a full dedicated video about our product? I'm like, no, no. If you want a full dedicated video, I'll give them a ridiculous price because I don't want to make a full video about one product. That's just not me. So I say no. I'm like, so I told them, here's the deal, because I'm interested in your product. You're not going up there, buddy. Okay, I'm going to take the dog outside. Give me a sec, guys. Remind me when I get back that we were talking about those portable showers. Don't go anywhere. That didn't take long. Okay, buddy. There you go, bro. Okay. Hey, we didn't lose anybody. I thought for sure I'd come back and there'd be like 7 people on here. They're like, yeah, we're done too. We're going out for a poop. So when a company reaches out to me, they always want lots from me. They want to give me a $300 product and they want me to make a whole video about that one product. They want their name in the title. They want their product front and center in the title with their brand. They want me to make them a promotional video for free for giving me a $300 portable shower. No. So I told these guys, here's the deal. So I want to check out your product. You have 3 different portable showers. I want all 3 of them. And I want one to give away. And I'll do it for free. I won't charge you for screen time. They're like, oh, so will it be a whole video? I'm like, no, I will guarantee you 60 seconds. That's all I said. Most companies are like, what? I'm like, tell you what, I'll guarantee you 60 seconds of free advertising. 60 seconds. Chances are it'll be a half a video, but that's my guarantee. You send me your 3 different sizes. I want to try them all. I'll make a video talking about them, and I want one to give away to my audience. Because if you're going to put your product on my channel and I'm not getting paid for it, I want my audience to get something out of it. I want one to give away. And chances are in that situation, I would keep the one that I like and give away the other two that just didn't fit my needs. But companies, they're like, well, I don't know. And then they start humming and hawing, and that's where brand deals fall through, you know? So YouTube advertising is expensive. That's why you guys seen me reach out to Rigid when I wanted to kit out my shop. Because if I'm holding a tool in my hand, they're getting free advertising. Free. So that's why YouTubers reach out to companies all the time. I'm like, look, man, if I'm going to hold your tools in my shop, you guys want to work with me? And those companies are like, hell yeah, we do. Let's do it. It's just smart business on their behalf. Otherwise, my shop would have been full of random tools from random different companies. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have chose one and rolled with it. I would have bought whatever was there, you know? So yeah, brands are tough, man. Like, because a lot of those guys just want to do a trade for product video, and I don't like to do those unless it's beneficial to you guys. That's why you don't see those kind of videos on my channel. That's why you guys see Jackery as my only main channel sponsor. These guys pay a lot of money for that ad. A lot. So when I hold this in a video and talk about it for 60 seconds, we make a fortune. A small fortune. And when Jackery wants a dedicated video, like if I make an entire video from front to back about Jackery, they literally pay me more for that one video than I would make at an entire month at my old day job for one video. It's insane. But that's why YouTubers do commercials and ads, and you'll see this video sponsored by, because sometimes those, you know, if they're a decent sized channel, if I were to say, hey, today's video is sponsored by, the guy's easily making $1,000 off that 1 60-second mention. That's why YouTubers do it, just to kind of like keep the income rolling in. I hate doing them. So I don't. I do them with Jackery, and that's it. If I were to take on a second sponsor, they would have to be a pretty cool sponsor. Clean my lens. Is it dirty? Looks fine to me. Looks fine to me. My glasses are dirty though. So yeah, those portable showers, hopefully we can work out a deal with them, and I just think they're a really cool idea. Do I think it's going to be the answer to everybody's van life showers? Probably not. I enjoy the simplicity of a shower in my van. I enjoy putting water in my poo bucket and boiling pots of it on I take one pot out of the bucket, boil it, pour it back in the bucket, scoop another scoop out, and keep doing that until that water is hot enough. Then I just scoop it over me outside. It works like a hot damn. No problems whatsoever. And or I have a drop-in 12-volt little pump too, that with a shower head, it works. So yeah. No showering videos, please. Florida Guardian, I'm going to make one just for you now. Buck naked, just because you didn't want me to do it. So yeah, it's hard working with brands. I really want to, I'd love to try their product, but if they're willing to come down on what they want out of it. So like companies are just so used to doing, like any company is so used to reaching out to a smaller YouTube channel going, hey, Jackery, as an example, these guys did it at the very beginning. They put this in the hands of every small YouTuber, everyone, including mine. They're like, hey, we have a free battery. Do you want to take it and try it? Yep. Then Jackery became a household brand because they gave it to everybody. That's how companies get ahead. But these guys wanted nothing from me at the beginning. They're like, hey, just try it. Check it out. Stick it. And now we've been working together on a paid thing ever since. But they just want too much from us people. But what happens is those smaller channels like the free items. They like take free shit all the time, and they make big videos for companies. When if you want me to spend an entire day devoted on making a video for you, you're paying me for my day's worth of work. Yeah. So if you're a YouTuber, don't take free products from everybody unless you desirably need that product in your van. Make them pay for it. I have another YouTube girl who I did a van tour with, who reached out to me the other day, and she's like, hey, Chrome, a company wants to work together with me, wants to buy advertising. What do I charge them? So I gave her some advice on what to charge them. And I gave her an idea on what an average company would pay for a channel of her size, on what I got paid when my channel was her size. John James, it's cool to know that Jackery has next level support. That's wicked. It's good to know. I know what Jackery's been with me. Like, as a creator, Jackery is on point with supporting the creator. I have never felt that they've been money driven. They honestly, I seriously feel like they care about me as a creator. I've been working with them for 3 years and I've never purchased an item from them. So I don't know what their customer support's like. I just know I like their product and they treat me very well. Does Emmy watch my live chats? I don't know. Emmy, if you're here, say hi. I have no idea. What do I use for video editing? I edit all my videos on Adobe Premiere. I've been playing around with Apple's Final Cut, but I still end up going back to Adobe Premiere because I know that software and I can edit way faster in Adobe Premiere because I use it. But Apple's Final Cut is really good as well too. Tell us about my tattoos. I have tattoos. I don't really have many stories that go along with it except for this one. That's just a memorial tattoo for my dog Disco that died at 2:35 a.m. And that's his hand. The rest of it, this was my first tattoo. This whole entire arm was my first tattoo. Sorry, my second tattoo. My first tattoos are on my feet. So this whole thing is just, it's got a bunch of random stuff in it. So there's the little lowrider skull. There's a lowrider wire wheel here. There's some chains, nothing really fancy, some roses, some skulls, some girls. That's about it. It's nothing really, none of this means anything. I just went to an artist. I'm like, hey man, you want to do my sleeve? He's like, cool. He drew it up and bada boom, there it is. And then on my channel here, we did this one. This one's pretty cool. I'm a big graffiti guy. So we have a graffiti girl there wearing a respirator. My Weirdos Unite, of course. The little badge says, hello, my name is Chrome, written in graffiti. It's got some aerosol cans behind a chain link fence, a little graffiti splatter around the elbow. Yeah. And then inside here is the Monte Carlo logo because my lowrider is a Monte Carlo. It's a big piece of, I'm a big Monte Carlo fan. And that's it. Otherwise, there's no real meaning, you know? I don't know. I got nothing with no real meaning. So this whole arm was done at that's a cool shot, actually, looking at it from that angle. This whole arm was done at Urge Tattoo in Penticton, BC. That was great. Oh, someone said Emmy's in here. So there answers your question. Does Emmy the cat lady watch my videos? I don't know why she does, but apparently she's in here. I don't know why any of you guys watch me sometimes. I edit my videos. I sit there, I'm like, dude, really? People really watch you do this? They watch you live in a messy van and clean and like, dude, you're showing what the inside of your drawers look like when they're a gong show. Dude, you're a mess. Don't share that stuff with the world. That's what it says in my brain. My brain's like, don't share that. Don't show people your van's messy right now. Don't show people the chaos you live in. But I keep it real. Just keeping it real. It is what it is. We like a mess. I felt like I was a mess and spiraling the wrong way. It's weird because I said this at the very beginning of the live stream. After having a shower, cutting my hair, shaving a tiny little bit and cleaning everything up a little bit, how much better I felt from when I didn't shave there the whole time off. My hair hadn't been cut in well, it's probably been a month or something since I had a haircut. And everything was just gone. Like I just felt grubby. I didn't like it. And then, you know, because I wasn't clean, because I haven't been showering, because the gyms have been closed. Because I wasn't clean, my van was a big representation of how I was feeling. So it was messy. I was neglecting things. I was just leaving it all off to the side and not really caring. And gets in your brain, man. It's like That's why people always like, why is your hair always cut? Because I always trim my hair. Like every couple of days or every week, I always go over here with a trimmer to make sure she's good. It just makes me feel a little bit better, like keeps my mind clear and a bit more organized. Where did I buy my van? I bought it from a car lot. I found it on Craigslist and I was at a car lot. I went to a car lot and I bought it from them. I financed it. It was $6,500. I didn't have money. I didn't have any money at the time. I think I had like $2,500 to my name at the time. And I was going to put it towards buying a van, but I ended up I was looking for a cheap van, like $2,500. And I ended up finding this one for $6,500. So I financed it on a very high interest finance loan because I was broke with bad credit. How often do I wash Cruz? A lot less now that he's eating 100% raw. So normally Cruz gets a shower, a bath whenever I feel that he's super smelly and dirty, sometimes every 3 months. But now that he's been on 100% raw, he just smells better. In general, his coat feels freshly washed all the time. It's super soft and he doesn't get redness underneath his nose, no more yeasty red between his paws anymore because his pH is better inside of his body. So none of that stuff's a thing. He's just doing better. But yeah, Cruz gets his baths at car washes. So I don't know what it's like in your area, but keep an eye out. A lot of car washes out here have a dog wash station at it. So you throw your couple dollars in and you have hot water right there and it's got a little blower. You can blow them off. It's pretty great. But yeah, you can take your dog. There's like even self-serve ones. Like I know a couple towns over, there's a self-serve one there too. What fridge do I use? So the fridge I have has been discontinued. They don't make it anymore. It's from a company called Unique. UNIQUE, Unique. And they do make fridges, but they don't make this one anymore. So if you just search online, Unique fridges. I got mine from CanadianOffGridDepot.com. Really good people. And Unique still makes fridges. They just don't make this one anymore. They discontinued this one. I don't know why. The fridge works great. I've been beating the crap out of it in the backcountry, and it still works. So I don't know why they ended up pulling the line. Do you shit in your van, and where you dispose of your poop? In a garbage can. So many people are like, what? In a garbage can? Yeah. Where do you think when your baby poops, where do you put the diapers? In the garbage can. That's where we do it too. So if you're in a van, this is a really good idea. I'm sitting on my poo bucket. So it's got all my toilet paper. I keep it all in here. They make these. So lots of different companies make them. It's a little baby garbage bag. At the bottom of the garbage bag, it's hard to see. Anyway, where is it here? Probably should be touching its chemical. At the bottom of the garbage bag is a bunch of this stuff. So that helps break down your solids. And the great thing about it is when you're done, you tie it in a knot, stick it back in this sealable bag, you zip it up, no stink, no nothing. And this can sit over in the corner of your van, no problems whatsoever. And this is what you dispose of. Yeah. So I don't use these bags all the time because they are expensive. A lot of times you just use a bag, any kind of bag. But yeah, those little zippable ones, the company that makes this bucket here is the same. So Luggable Loo, or Reliance is the name of the company that makes the Luggable Loo. The Luggable Loo makes their own bags, and then Campco, which is another big toilet company, they make their own bags, and they sell them everywhere. Cabela's Bass Pro Shop sells them. Any place that has an RV section usually has these bags. They are a little bit more expensive, but they're pretty amazing for when you're around friends and you have to use the bathroom in your van. If you keep it in that bag, it keeps it less smelly. Kind of gross to talk about, but it's just a reality of living in a van. So I don't know what the name of these bags are. Look them up online. Just look up poo bags. You should be able to find them. Amazon sells them too. But those ones are a little bit more expensive, but they have the little chemical in there to help break things down. But yeah, otherwise just use a garbage bag. You know, it is what it is, and it's just the reality of it. Yeah, you can use a Ziploc bag if you want. I wouldn't want to see it. That's why I would never do it, because I don't want to zip it up and see it. Are you kidding me? Imagine that in a Ziploc bag. Ew. Yeah, man. I got friends that do it in small little baby bags, and I can't. I prefer. I have a toilet. Like, legitimately, it's what I'm sitting on right now. It's got a toilet seat. Ta-da! It's my poo bucket, and it works out. I've been using this thing honestly forever, and no cat litter, no nothing. I don't see a point to that. Like, I'm not pooping in this subject is so hard. I'm not pooping in a bucket. I'm pooping in a bag. Tie the bag up, toss her out. Don't poo in a bucket with kitty litter in it and then keep pooping on top of it. That's disgusting. You know how bad your van would smell? Whew, brutal. Yeah, they just make those bags. They're called doggy. They're called, why did I say doggy? They're called, I don't even know what they're called. That made me look them up now. I'm going to type as I would have said, poop bags. See what comes up. Yeah, lots of dog stuff. Human poop bags. I don't know. Here's the ones that I have. They're called double duty. Those are the ones right there. You see them? Double duty. Get it? Duty. Double duty. Reliance is the name of the company that makes my luggable loo bucket. And yeah, Walmart sells these. They're at Walmart. It's expensive, like $20 for 6 bags. I don't use them all the time because they are expensive. Like I said, there's a time and a place to use those, and a time and a place just to use a regular everyday bag. Hopefully that helps. I know this is a gross subject for those that watch my channel that'll never live in a van. I know lots of people watch it for the entertainment purposes, and when I start talking about the realities of pooping in a bucket, that's what you do. Can you use it more than once? That would be very gross. No. You can, sure. Why not? If you want to open up that bag, take a look at what you just did earlier on that day and try it again over top of that, you're a brave human being. Nope. I do it. Tie the bag up. Tie the Ziploc bag. Whoo. See you later. Using it twice. But I have heard about people doing kitty litter in a pail, and then they just keep using the same pail. People chuck kitty litter, dog poop, and diapers of every size, including human diapers. Old folks' home diapers, same thing. You're right. But say you throw your poop in a garbage and people think it's true though. So people think that if you just throw your bag in the thing, but what about everybody else? Dog poop goes in the garbage cans at every park. Every human who wears adult diapers, where are they going? In the garbage can too. It's the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, and if you want to brave it out, someone just wrote about using pet bags. By all means, brave it out. Do it. It ain't me. I'm here using a pet bag. What if you have a messy day? Holy moly. No thanks. TKA, I bet you don't live in a van. They're like, okay, enough about the poop. You probably don't live in a van. Poop is a conversation that van lifers just have because they just have it all the time. It's weird. You know how many times I've been standing around a campfire and all of a sudden everybody's talking about that? I'm like, dude, really? Is this just a thing? Like, just some dude will be sitting there. So, Chrome, what do you have for a bathroom in your van? Really? You guys are disgusting human beings. Stop it. Barefoot and badass. You're right on that one, though. Joanne, did the snow go away? Yep, it's just not gone away in the backcountry. Not yet, but yeah, it's not. There's no snow out here anymore. On the ground, there's piles where the mall is, where I'm at, but everything's gone away for the most part. Nothing on the roads, just where they've piled it up from the snowplow and stuff. How about take us for Brett wants me to take you guys for a walk around Walmart. You're not allowed to film in Walmart. They have a filming policy. I got shit once already. No filming at Walmart. A lot of businesses don't let you film inside of it. Like the big box stores, they don't want prices getting out or stupid shit like that. Electrician Free wants to talk about sushi. You're talking about food, it's going to turn into poop. And then we're back on the poop subject. Okay, I'll stop talking about it. Scott's like, I'm pooping now. I bet there's a lot of you watching right now that are watching on the pooper. It's just reality of watching stuff online. Mark's like, you talking about that stuff again? Yeah, that's what happens. It's standard van life. Any girls or dates in 2022? No, I'm not interested. I got no interest. I mean, if the right girl walked along one day and it just happened to be the right moment or the right girl, the right vibe, I'd jump on it. Literally. I've been single for so long and I enjoy being me, living my life on my own terms, doing what I want, when I want all day without having to worry about somebody else's energy, somebody else's mood, or things going on in their day and their life that now I have to work around. I had a girlfriend my whole life until I became single like 10 years ago. And I don't see myself going back. I'm pretty sure there's only one girl I've met in the longest time that I was like, damn it, she's got a boyfriend. That's it. Otherwise, I'm single for life, man. Single for life. Amen to that. But that's what happens, ladies. Ladies, if you're wondering why, it's hard to find a guy. I heard somebody goes, it's so hard to find a dude nowadays. It's because one girl rocked his world in a bad way. And that boy decided, I'm done. Forget it. And decided to stay single for a little while. And then that boy realizes that being single was the greatest decision of their life. And then they never go back. That's how ladies like it's so hard to find a guy, is because all the good guys decided, screw it. I'm done. Because there's a couple girls that just kind of just took so much from his life that he's not willing to give anymore. And that's where I'm at. I've been at that for 10 years. I just don't feel the need to give that part of me to somebody yet. 20 more years from now, maybe. But right now, I really learned that when I became single, that instead of giving that to a girlfriend, that if I give that to me, the benefit is huge. It's just the problem. I've had a couple shitty girlfriends. That's all. And the last one just happened to be a big old bitch. A big old one. She was tiny though. She was a tiny little girl. Probably like 100, 110 pounds. But she was a big old, So I tapped out. We're done. And now I'm not talking about the ex-wife. She was a great woman. I just wasn't ready for the commitment. It's the girlfriend. If you're watching. To my ex-girlfriend. From me to you. Oh, and thank you. Because my life is awesome now. without you. Thank you. That's always a hard one to answer. Like, Chrome, why are you single? Why don't you have a girlfriend in your life? It's just, I just tired of putting my whole heart out there when I deserved my heart that whole time, you know? And a lot of people find that when they have a bad relationship and then they try to find happiness in another one, and then that didn't work. Then they try to find happiness in another one, trying to fill that hole inside of them that they need to fill themselves. Instead of putting your love out there, put your love back in here. Trust me, if you can put it back in here and make this whole, when you find that right one, you'll finally have something real to offer them. Got to love yourself first. I've always been a preacher of loving you first. Once this is whole, then you can start giving to other people, because you have something real to give when your heart's together. Don't take a relationship advice from me. From a man who just would rather be single, don't take advice from me. Yeah, I mean, I've got even friends in my life that just don't understand my whole single concept, my whole reason behind me wanting to be this. They always just think, you know, I need the love of somebody else. I'm like, but I have the love of me for once. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I have all my love. I have all the love I need. Chrome, the love therapist. Be a bad love therapist. Well, my girlfriend's like, she doesn't really like my job, and then ditch the girlfriend. Well, my girlfriend doesn't want to move into a van with me, and I really want to make this life change. I'm like, easy. Ditch the girlfriend, move into the van, move on. I'd be a bad counselor, the therapist. Kate asked how old Cruz is, and I'm going to feel bad saying this because I felt bad that I missed making a video. Cruz is now 3 years old. His birthday was January 1st, and I failed. I failed on wishing him happy birthday. I failed on making a birthday video for him. But Cruzy Bear, Cruzy, happy birthday, buddy. Yeah. He's 3 years old now. January 1st. Is Danica's mom my ex-girlfriend? No. Danica's mom was never my girlfriend. I was a DJ, remember? DJs a lot of times didn't have relationships that way. 1 nights, 2 nights, 3 nights. No, she was never my girlfriend. Danica is a product of a good time. A very beautiful and awesome product of a good time. I don't know how else to say it. Best thing on the menu at Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons really doesn't have great food. It's kind of bland, kind of blah. Coffee's okay. It's not great. It's just convenient because they're absolutely everywhere. They have Americanos there now, which is amazing. That's what I've been ordering every time I go there. I like their bagels in the morning, but even they screw up a bagel all the time. I order my bagel, and you can't ask for a bagel toasted with butter, because sometimes you will get a warm bagel with barely any butter. So you always have to ask for it double toasted with extra butter, just to make sure they properly toasted it normally and it has a normal amount of butter, because they're horrible there. Absolutely. They screw up everything all the time. Tim Hortons is not great that way. Everybody's like, why don't you get Tim Hortons to sponsor your channel? Because I'm sure I go there, but they don't have my back. So I've had a few locations that I left, like this morning, my coffee at Tim Hortons this morning. I took a sip. I'm like, oh my gosh, why doesn't everyone taste like this? Their consistency amongst locations is just not there. But the best thing on the menu there, in my opinion, would be their chili. Their chili and a bun is super good. The chilies are actually pretty damn awesome. Where should I get poutine? I am in Seattle. You're in the wrong country for poutine, for one. poutine is a Quebec thing. You got to go up to Canada, drive over to the middle side of Canada. You got to drive to Vancouver from Seattle, drive all the way to the middle of Canada, go to Quebec, and get poutine. Seattle, I don't know. It's a Canadian thing. Is there a Sal's in BC? I don't know what that is, so probably not. Yeah. You thought Costco had poutine and yeah, it's different, man. We're talking big box store slapping shit together. Yeah, they got Costco. I mean, they have poutine at Costco. But if you really actually want like real good, proper, you got to go to Quebec. It's just the way it is. Hey, go downtown Quebec City or something like that, or go to Montreal and pick yourself up a good old poutine or poutine, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah. It's a Canada thing. You know? It's like we get up every morning in Canada. The first thing we do is we stretch. We grab a shot glass. We fill it full of maple syrup. We slam that maple syrup back and start our day. We dress like lumberjacks and boom, out the door we go in our toque, which is a beanie in most places. We call it a toque. Pat and Cat. Okay, now you're being specific. Center of Canada is technically just outside of Winnipeg. Oh, these conversations are going by quick. Whoo! 1,700 people on here. My friends. It's true. It's a Canadian thing. We have a shot of maple syrup every day. Bang. Boom. Off we go. Somebody asked me earlier what my favorite tequila is. My favorite tequila right now is Reserved for Family, the Extra Añejo, believe it or not, by Jose Cuervo. Don't buy regular Jose Cuervo special. That shit is garbage. But we don't have a queen in Canada. That's a European thing, I think. I don't know. We don't have a queen. If we do, she don't live here. She's on our coins. She's all over our coins and stuff. But no, I think the queen lives in where's the queen live? Europe somewhere? London? That would make sense. Yeah, John James, unless my maple syrup is leaking in my drawers. He means the drawers on my cupboards, not my drawers. I had a spillage at the beginning of my van life. Before we had the big fancy build, I had just like drawers I got from a furniture store that I bolted to the walls, and my maple syrup spilled, and it spilled through all my drawers. The dog was licking something. It was my other dog, Disco. He got quiet. I'm like, why is he quiet? Turned around. I'm like, no, it was pouring out all of my drawers. This sticky maple syrup just oozing everywhere. It was 1 liter of brand new maple syrup. Half a liter spilt, and it started to seep between all my drawers because I don't know how long it's been leaking for, man. It was an absolute mess. Hey, Chrome, what's up with my differential? So, oh, sorry, I missed this one. Barefoot and Badass. You saying you slam a shot of maple syrup reminds me of when you had your apple maple syrup disaster. I just started to say something. I don't remember what it was. Damn it. I shouldn't have went back. Damn it. I thought for sure I'd go back for 2 seconds. I'd be able to remember what I was going to talk about. Apparently not. Oh, my differential. Thanks for that. So, we put a rear differential in the back of my van from a Ford F350. It's the Sterling rear end. We put this rear end in my van so we could put a locker in it. I'm telling you the story again because I know there's people here that may not have seen those older videos. So, I just see the thing, smoke another bone, dude. Don't do that. I put a locking differential in the back. So locking means when I hit the air locker, the rear end locks up and allows 2 wheels to turn to get me out of sticky situations. So the locker I put in broke. The second it went in, I hit it, couple times that day, and then it wouldn't unlock. So we ended up returning that one to the company, and I bought the ARB one, which just came in. So on February 1st, my van goes back into the rear differential place, and we're installing the ARB air locker in the back of my van. So when we head off into the backcountry, we'll be a lot more prepared with a locker that will hopefully withstand whatever I throw at it. And as soon as my locker broke, the guy who installed my old one told me I should have bought the ARB at the beginning, but I couldn't get the ARB because they were on an indefinite back order because they were sold out. People were buying them left, right, and center at that time. It was during the pandemic. I guess it's still the pandemic. But they couldn't get them. They were out of stock, and they had no clue when they were going to get back in stock. So, yeah, the new diff's going in on February 1st. And no, I cannot do an install video because the rear differential shop will not let me come in and film because he needs to keep any movement in the shop down while the diff is open. And because once he's in there, because how he explained it to me, he goes, dude, he goes, I don't like people in my shop when I'm doing differential work, because when I'm installing gear like this, I want to get nothing inside of there because all it takes is a little something to screw up everything. So no filming inside of his shop. So no install video for you guys. I'm sure if you Google it, yes, dust. Okay, you said it right. Yeah, but Google it. I'm pretty sure there's lots of videos on how to install an ARB locker. E-locker is a great idea. Also, Eaton, the company that makes the e-lockers, were out of stock. Not a chance. Everybody was buying them up. That's what it was. Yeah. So I got the ARB one, which I guess is supposed to have a better build quality. Lori, that was a good comment. I don't discriminate. Maple syrup from anywhere rocks. I have to agree with that. Mind you, I haven't had maple syrup from any tree's a tree, I would say, right? How'd you break my finger? My finger was born crooked. Okay. It was born that way. Are they both? That's one straight. Sorry, guys. I know it's always been bent. Maybe I did something when I was a kid, but my middle finger has always been wonky. Are you able to raise the roof on your van so you can stand? Sure, if I wanted to cut it out, I could. Do I want to? No. If I had the option, if I bought another one of these, putting a pop top would be a really cool idea. I love a low roof van, man. Standing's overrated. That should be my new merch. Standing is overrated. Because if I was doing this live stream right now, I probably wouldn't be standing in here. I'd be sitting at a desk in a high top van talking to you. When I sleep, I lie down. When I sit at my desk editing, I sit at my desk and edit. You stand to cook for the short amount of time you cook, and then you sit down and you eat. Right? I can stand when I cook. I go outside, open this door, flip this down into a table, and I go stand outside and cook and come back inside and sit and eat. If I want to stand, I go outside. It's not a deal breaker. Pop top's not great in the wind, and you just don't use it in the wind. Like, I would have no reason to have a pop top up at night. I sleep in my bed, which is down here, right? The high top would just, if you were to put a pop top on, it would just be to stand up while you're cooking, and then you just put it back down. Like, that's why I see those things as not being such a big deal. So, like, having a pop top up at night in the wind, if you have people sleeping in the top bunk, okay, I get that. But I would have no reason to leave my pop top up all the time because my bed's in here. You know, you pop it up to stand and cook and then you're done. Standing's overrated. How tall is my inside of my van? Google it. So I have a link. I took the link down. Maybe it's on my website. I don't know. Google it. I have no idea. 4 foot 4 inches. How's that for a guess? I don't know. The inside's only like 6 feet by 4 feet. It's not that tall. It's tall enough that when I'm sitting in a regular position with my legs at 90 degrees, my head just brushes against the roof. Like I can sit up fully in here. Is there a van shortage there? No, there's not a van shortage. They're just very expensive. Yeah, vans are pretty pricey. They've gone through the roof out here. Corey, am I cranky today? No, I'm not. How do you stay warm in the winter? I turn the heater on. Well, you want a big answer? I turn my heater on. They make lots of heaters for vans. I don't know where you're from, where you live, but there's tons of different heaters you can buy for your vans. I have a Webasto 2 kilowatt gasoline heater that taps into my van's gas tank. It's dry. It feels like my apartment in here. It seriously does. Those dry air parking heaters or cab heaters, whatever you want to call them, they're amazing. Absolutely changed my van life. I used to have a propane heater before. I had a Olympian Wave 3. I loved it. It was great. But when you get the dry ones in here, forget it. I'd never go back to that ever. Is 2 kilowatt warm enough? Yes. So here's the problem. So if you over, how do I word this? If you buy a heater that's too big, just say you buy the 5 kilowatt heater and you have a van this big, it's going to be too hot. So you're like, that's okay. We'll run it on low. They don't like to be ran on low. You're better to buy the smaller heater and run it on high than you are to buy the 5 kilowatt heater and run it on low. So when you run those heaters on low, it soots up inside the burn chamber. When you run it on high, the burn chamber is hot enough that it expels all the soot, keeps the burn chamber clean. And the cleaner the burn chamber, the longer it's going to last you without the need of maintenance or downtime, problems, or breakage. So many van lifers buy the bigger one and then realize, why is this thing breaking on me? Why is it not turning on today? Why is this plugged up? Why is this? Buy the smaller one, run it super run it super hot. It'll last you longer. And that's just from my experience personally and experience from every vanner I know around me who runs their 2 kilowatt heater on high. And is a 2 kilowatt heater hot enough in a van like mine? Oh, heck yes. Mind you, I don't van life in places that are below like 20 degrees Celsius either. Do I speak Spanish? No. I never really got, yeah, I don't. Did you ever upgrade my alternator? No, I did not. I ended up ordering one from a company in the US that never made it here. It just never showed up. So it got reimbursed for it. My system's running completely fine. I don't know what it was. I charged my batteries in the back of my van, and ever since then, I charged it by plugging it into my shop one day. Ever since then, it's been running like a top. I've had no problems at all. But yeah, the alternator thing was an issue for a bit. I don't know what the hell was going on, if it was a loose wire somewhere or what, but it's all working fine. It could have been a loose wire because right around that time was the time that I put in the new fog lights and stuff in the front of my van. And because of that, I had to rewire into my system, which meant going through and tightening up some of the wires, redoing some grounds. So it very well could have been a wire problem too during that time. I forgot about that. It's funny, I'm still seeing comments about pooping. How slow is my chat going? Guys, that was a while ago. Have you ever thought about putting a shower in my shop? No, I don't have any plumbing. We talked about this earlier in the stream. I don't have any plumbing in my shop. So if I were to put any kind of a shower system in there, where am I going to put the water? Oh, sorry, guys. I just seen a conversation. I seen a chat here and I just went missing. I don't know where it went. Have I ever experienced paragliding or skydiving? No, I haven't. I don't think I have the balls for that. I don't think I get the balls for that. I'd like to say I do, but I don't. I don't think I do. So hold on. We are freezing to death. Sorry, this Christy says we are freezing to death. Every heater we get blows all our fuses. What are you using for a heater? If you're using a home heater, don't do that. Home heaters do not belong in vans. They belong in homes. Are you using like a plug-in heater? Christy, message me. Message quick while I'm staring at the bottom of my thing. Because just adjust the size of your heater. Adjust the size of your fuse. Should be that easy. But if you're using a heater that is meant for a plug-in home to plug into the grid, that does not belong in your van whatsoever. So I hear that from a lot of people. They're like, buy these little space heaters and stuff like that for their vans. The space heater belongs in their home, and they don't realize that little space heater pulls 1,500 watts of power, which is brutal. So yeah, if you're going to put heaters in your van, buy heaters that are built for vans. Don't use anything that plugs into heat. Now, not unless you're plugged into the grid, but plugging in something from a home is a fast way of just either blowing fuses in your system or just not being able to run it, or running for 10 minutes before it's gone. I don't see that person messaging anything. What heater should you use? Whatever one you feel is a good need for you. I can't answer that question. So some people don't mind having propane bottles in your van. So when I started, I had a Mr. Buddy heater. It was just a bad idea. That was a bad choice. It worked. It kept me warm. It wasn't cozy and it felt like shit. But the Mr. Buddy heater is like, it's dangerous. It requires a lot more space around the heater. And when you're in a small van, if something brushes near that thing, you're going to have a fire. But the Buddy heaters work. Like, don't get me wrong. They do work. Like, so Jeffy Bear, his heater went in his van. So I bought Jeffy a Mr. Buddy heater a couple of weeks ago so he could stay warm. And, you know, I told him, I'm like, are you okay if I buy you one just to kind of get you through? He's like, yeah, okay. So I bought him one. And he knew going into turning it on that it was going to be wet, disgusting, and gross. And because he was going from a dry heat source. So his Chinese knockoff heater died. It died again. Like, I think it's the fourth time or third time it died on him in the last fucking year and some. So I bought him a Webasto, and he said instantly his bed was wet. Like, he could feel the wetness on his blankets. And that's the crappy thing about using those buddies. They're good to get you through, but they're not going to last you more than a year before you say, forget it. You're like, I'm done. Then after that, I used a Olympian Wave 3 heater, and I loved that thing. Why? Because it was 10 times more drier than the Mr. Buddy. Sure, it was running propane, but it worked. It was seriously a milestone better than the Mr. Buddy, and probably double the price. But the Olympian Wave 3 did me awesome. It doesn't do good when it gets super cold. Like, once you're hitting like -10 is about the drop-off point where that thing works inside of a van this size. But then I got my Webasto dry air one, and I'll never go back, right? So whether you're buying the dry air Webasto or the dry air S-Bar or Planner, or you're going to attempt the knockoff one on Amazon in hopes that you get a good one. There are some good ones out there. Some of them, Jeffy's had nothing but problems. No matter what one he's put in, it's always died on him. So whatever works for you. You know what I mean? Some people are like, I'm just going to buy the Chinese one. And some people have great luck. They just last for years. Some people, not so much. Winter says, your Chinese diesel heater is leaking diesel from the hose near the tank, giving you headaches. Fix the hose. There's your answer. Fix the hose. Has my daughter visited the shop? No, she's been really busy lately. Like, I messaged her. I was going to go see her last weekend. That didn't work out. she's a busy kid. So I messaged her. I'm like, can I come see you this weekend? So she decided that we're going to see each other Friday evening because she doesn't want to give up a weekend day for dad. She's growing up. Things are getting different. You know, she's changing. She's got a life. She's got people she wants to go hang out with. And so I'm going to go see her this Friday evening. So I'll pick her up after school and probably drop her off at like 7 o'clock. So we'll get a good few hours in anyway. But yeah, she hasn't been out here to the shop. I'm just not that cool. Can you put a Wabasto in a minivan? Absolutely. Absolutely. Like my friend Joseph has a Planner one, Planar. He has a Planner diesel one in his vehicle. And they're all the same. They're all the same thing. They're the same size. But think about it. Like, so if you ask that question, if you've ever watched Foresty Forest, he had one in his minivan. Just buy the 2 kilowatt one. If you're in a van my size or you're in a minivan, the 2 kilowatt one is the one you need to get. Don't buy the bigger one. Be a big mistake. So someone here just says they have a Chinese diesel heater in a Honda Odyssey. That's awesome. So I heat my shop. There's a little electric heater on the top of my wall at the shop, which plugs into the grid. And I have a 5 kilowatt knockoff heater, an all-in-one unit over by the door, which runs off my Jackery. That's there because I wanted to see if I could run a diesel heater off of a Jackery battery. And it heats my shop quite well. It's not my shop's heat source. When I get into the shop, I turn on the electric one, I turn on the diesel one until the shop gets warm. Then I shut off the electric heater and then just let the shop heat off my knockoff one. The knockoff diesel, it just works. It's not going to, I mean, if I were to just run that 5 kilowatt one to heat my shop, it would take a while for the shop to get warm, right? But it would heat the shop if I let it go. But my shop's also very well insulated. It's got insulated doors. Like, it's well put together, that shop. Should I get the Jackery 500 or the 1000 for my minivan? Caroline, that depends on your power needs. I can't answer that question. Depending on what you need for power. Like, I honestly think you can get away with, depending what you, I don't know, depends on what you have for power in your van. Like, depends on what you want to run. Right? Like, if you're just charging a cell phone and running a few little lights and maybe a laptop or an iPad once in a while, you could get away with the smaller 240. Right? If you have access to charging all the time, you can just get the little one. Or if you have something that pulls a lot more power, like the Jackery 500 would allow you to pull up to 500 watts of power. So you could run a small blender off. You could run a small, like one of those magic bullet blenders, you could run off the 240. So the 240 would run anything up to 240 watts. And the Jackery 500 would run anything up to 500 watts. And so on. But also depends on how much time you have between the ability to recharge. Right? If you have access to recharging all the time, like a plug-in or solar, you could get the little 240 and it'll do you great. Or if you've got longer between charges, you could get the 500 or the 1000 or the 1500. That's a hard question to answer. The best thing, because you buy this little one and you realize, okay, I want a big system in my van now. So instead of spending a monster amount of money on the 1500 of this one, you could have put that money into putting a real battery system in your van with solar on your roof, and you're golden for a long term. But this is also easier too. You drop it in there, you plug in, you go. But I can't answer that question. That's a really hard one. It's not the same answer for everybody. There's some crazy questions in here. How much furniture should I get in a van? I don't know. I don't know what you need. Your needs and my needs are not the same. That's a bit of a weird question. That's a hard one. Yeah. Get this much. Does that answer your question? Any issues with the double muffler? So, yeah. So in that video, when I plunked the mufflers together, I didn't bolt them together or anything. I just did it to see if it would do anything. It didn't do anything. It sure made it quieter. But Yeah. I'm going to make a little coupler for that thing so I can get them mounted properly. But yeah, I just stuck the Chinese muffler and then the Webasto together because see if it worked. But yeah, those ones that are on the knockoff ones, there's nothing in those ones. It's just literally a fake tin container. I really honestly don't think those things do anything. I literally think they're fake. Because comparing it to the Webasto one, when you put them side by side, when you see a quality built item against the knockoff one, you're looking at these mufflers, you're like, what the heck is this knockoff one? It's horrible. Have you ridden the bike? The longest ride on that bike was captured on that video. No, I haven't. It's been really raining and stuff out here, and that bike is too awesome to get out there in the rain. That thing is so cool. If you missed that video, guys, go back. I got a really rad e-bike for the shop from a company called Merkava. It is wicked. So yeah, I think that bike video was a couple of videos back. Wasn't that long ago. Yes, it's not even get outside weather here, let alone ride the bike out there weather. I've been struggling with getting outside. I seriously have. Where am I these days? I'm in Nanaimo, BC on Vancouver Island right now. Yeah, those e-bikes aren't cheap, man. Like, they're not cheap. Like, when that company reached out and offered me a $3,000 Canadian bike, dude, I don't... Dude, that thing is so cool, though. Come to Boston in the spring. I'm going north. Whoop, way up. That's where I'm going in the spring. Can you use the Coleman stove to keep your van warm in the winter? Yes, but you don't want to keep an open flame in your van because an open flame burns oxygen inside here that you need to breathe. Don't do that. I know Bob Wells has a video on his channel showing you that you can heat your van with a camp stove, but just keep in mind, you're in a confined space with a flame that is consuming your oxygen in order for that flame to stay going. Not a good idea. Sure, in a case of emergency, like if something were to go wrong with your van's heater and you're in an emergency situation and you need to just get some heat in there, sure. Crack a window, make sure there's a breeze coming in. I know it defeats the purpose, but it keeps you breathing. Don't do that. God, his videos popped up in my stream a couple times. I'm like, how have you not removed this video? He made it a long time ago showing you how to heat your van with an open flame, like from a camp stove. That's like a little on the scary side. Be careful. Can you? Yeah, it's a flame. It's fire. It's warm. Of course you can. Don't do it though. I'd like to keep my subscribers, okay? Don't do silly things like that. Want a free bike carrier? I already gave Merkava a little hint to make a little trailer for Cruzy. Hey, a little trailer I could drag behind my bike that matches my bike that I could throw Cruzy in. Hey. Did you fit your heater or did you have it fitted by a professional? I had mine fitted by a professional because mine taps into my gas tank, which means you have to retrofit some things on your gas tank to get that tube inside of it. So that means drilling into a bomb. Nope. I'll leave that to a professional. So yeah, my heater was professionally installed. People do it all the time. If you have the skill set to do it, by all means, it's not a big install. It's not a hard install. You just got to take on the top of the tank, go into where the fuel pump and stuff is. There's probably other ways to do it, but that's out of my realm of expertise, and I wouldn't feel good about it. So mine was installed at Ray Outfitted in Ontario. Do you speak French? No. That's a big, if you're going to ask me why not, I thought you were Canadian. I think only 15% or 10% of Canadians speak French. Hey Siri, how many Canadians speak French?
Here's what I found from Wikipedia.org. French is the mother tongue of approximately 7.2 million Canadians, 20.6% of the Canadian population, second to English at 56%, according to the 2000.
So only 20% of Canadians can speak French. There's only a very few French-speaking provinces in Canada. Like you've got Quebec for sure, and I know part of New Brunswick, and I know one section of Ontario. So pretty much anything surrounding Quebec on the East Coast. You got Quebec, a little bit of New Brunswick, and a little bit of Ontario that speaks French. Otherwise, you don't, very rarely do you ever come across that out here. Nathan, thank you for that. I am doing very well. Thanks for the super chat. Muchly appreciated. Who are like 3 hours on the live stream, my friends? How do you say coffee in French? I don't know. I've been to Quebec. Coffee? I don't know. So Izzy can answer that question. She's the one right there with the wrench. Izzy, how do you spell? How do you say yeah, cafe? I don't know. I don't speak French. Emmy sounds like she speaks French. Emmy is from Quebec. She does speak French. Cafe. There you go. Yep, not me. What kind of tires do I recommend? I don't know. So like some of these questions are hard to answer because I really enjoy the tires I have on my van. I have the BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2s. But I have never had any experience with any other kind of all-terrain tires. So I can't really speak to experiences. My tires have been great. They do everything that I want. They're durable. I've been through some pretty nasty terrain out there, really rocky situations, no punctures, no nothing. My tires have performed very, very well. Not so good on the ice, but I really don't know how many tires are good on the ice. Other than that, my BF Goodrich KO2s have been doing me fine. But like I said, I don't have any experience with any other kinds of tires. I had Cooper's, regular everyday Cooper vehicle tires on this van before I lifted it. Then I put the all-terrains on here. I may try a different brand on the ambulance just for the sake of trying a different brand. So on the ambulance, I might do like the Toyo Open Countries or something like that on that one, just to give another set of tires a try. But otherwise, these KO2s have been doing me really great. And they look aggressive. They look really good. I like them. Am I planning on visiting Andy at Overland Interiors and Ray Outfitted this summer? Yes. I'm hoping to make them a late summer trek. Kurt B, thank you so much for that. Have I ever driven to the USA? Not in my van, I haven't. I've been down to the USA before, back when I had my lowrider stuff. I think the last time I was down was like 2010. It's been a while since I've been down there. Yeah, the KO2s have been really great. Studded snow tires. So there's a difference between living in a van and living in a house. So when you're living in a van, I have a shop now, different story. But when you live in a van, how do you change out to winter tires? Where do you put your regular ones? What if you're traveling and on the move? What are you doing? So doing studded winter tires and stuff is not something you see van lifers do, because where are you going to put the rest of your tires when you're on the move? It's just not really a thing. Martina, the answer to that, yes. I didn't know my father. I was never, my father was absent. So I don't know much about that. Is Adam the new, hold on. Is Adam Where is that? Sorry, is Adam the new man you helped with his van in your shop? I don't know anybody named Adam. Yeah, someone just said, who's Adam? Lon Bowers, I appreciate the super chat. That is super awesome. This is great. What do I do for internet? 90% of my internet comes from cell phone data. In Canada, we have really bad cell phone plans, but I have 100 gig data plan on a hotspot box, which I'm not going to show you because it's plugged in right now. It's called MiFi. It's a little tiny box. You pop a SIM card in, and Rogers Cellular in Canada is the only company you can get high data plans on that MiFi box. I have 100 gigs on it, and that's what I use to upload a majority of my YouTube videos and to do this live stream now is on cellular data. And if I need internet otherwise, there's internet everywhere. Like if I were to shut this, let me pull it up right now. Let's take a look. I have free public Wi-Fi in the plaza that I'm in right now. Right? Click on the free public Wi-Fi, or there's that restaurant right there, which has an open one. So yeah, there's lots of Wi-Fi everywhere. I've never had problems. Even before my big data plan on my phone, I never had a problems finding internet. It's pretty easy. Gotcha, girl. Thanks for the love. I appreciate it. Is this really live? Ryan, yes, this is really live. Do you have Mint Mobile in Canada? No, we don't. Yeah, we have really bad data plan. There's no such thing as unlimited data high speed out here. None. The Nomok experience. I'll be meeting with Paula from Van Vita Travels tomorrow. Wicked. Can you prank her on my behalf? Yeah, pinch her butt. Pinch her butt, said Van City Van Life says. No, I got the Lon Bowers one. Thanks, Patty, though. I got it. Lon Bowers, thank you again for the super chat. There you go, Patty. You happy? How's Cruz's health? He is doing super good. He just had another vet appointment because every few months now he has to get a side lateral x-ray and a urinalysis just to make sure that his urine is got enough water in it and it's not concentrated. And a side lateral x-ray is to make sure that there's no stones creeping around his system anywhere. And he also gets an ultrasound too, because sometimes the side lateral one doesn't pick up the stone, so they get a better look with that. So every couple of months, he's got to get that little workup. And the last one he had, he's good to go. Any word on Starlink? No. Elon Musk. Bro. Hurry the F up and get me that Starlink mobile that you were promising us for RVs. Hurry up. I want to never come back to town. I never want to deal with any of this BS ever again. I'll come back and hang out at my shop by myself, but I just want to be in the bush, do my own thing, and flip through the internet in the backcountry. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Elon, brother, let's do this. Give me some internet. That'd be amazing. What interior style will the ambulance have? That is a very good question. So I'm taking the ambulance out to Overland Interiors in Ontario, and we are going to design something. He has some really good ideas. I'm not really sure of the layout I'm looking at quite yet because I haven't really spent enough time inside of there. Like, you'd have to go sleep in it a little bit to really figure out your interior. And then I think Andy's going to do some crazy CNC work in there. Like crazy. Yeah. Marilyn's like, Elon is a puppet. I don't give a if he's a puppet. He's going to give me internet in the backcountry. He can be a puppet all he wants. I don't give a shit. Give me my internet. People in their silly opinions. I don't even care. I just want the internet. That's all. Shoot. See what happens when I get a few hours into the internet? Chromie gets a little snappy. Carter, thanks for the love, man. Thanks for being out there. You're welcome. Really enjoy your channel while working from home. Carter, really appreciate the love. Super chat comes in right after I snapping at people. Oh, shit. I don't get involved in politics. I don't care about all that stuff. Unless people like I get messages from people all the time. Like half my email box is full of people's propaganda, people's opinions, and people's just is full of garbage. The amount of stuff people send me are the reason why I don't read emails anymore. Sometimes I just try to avoid stuff because people just I don't care. I've never been into politics. I've never been into any of that stuff. To me, leave that stress to somebody else because I honestly don't care. Every time there's been a shift in a government thing, I still get effed on everything, on taxes and stuff. So I've never participated. I've just been like, whatever. I'll leave it to the old guys that sit around in the coffee shop and take their beautiful Saturday and bicker about politics. I don't want to be that guy. So I've always said it because I don't want to be that guy. I'm not participating. So yeah, when people start beaking about, oh, this guy's this, I don't care. People start, you know how many messages I got about our prime minister here? I didn't even know his name for the longest time until like, honestly, this year I just found out his name. I never cared. Like, who? Who is that? My new chains are really, really good. Yeah, my new chains I got in my van have been rather awesome. Kevin, thanks for the super chat, man. Bonnie, thank you. Hey, Chrome and Cruzy, all the way from Cleveland, Ohio. I appreciate the super chat, Bonnie. Stuff like that keeps the gas tank full for sure. All right, people babbling about politics, blah, 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 blah. Someone said Justin Trudeau. Come on, man. Who cares? I don't. Life is way better when you just, whatever. Do I vote? I have never voted in my life, never once. Here we go. Never talk about politics on YouTube, never. I don't care. White and black camo paint job on the ambo. I kind of like that idea. So I really plan on painting the ambo in a cement gray, like a really awesome cement gray. Like you see on a lot of vehicles right now, like Toyota's pushing them out a lot. It's the gray color with no metallic. It's not flat. It's still shiny, but it's got no metallic in it. That was the plan. Wrapping the ambo in a black, white, and gray would be pretty freaking amazing. I would entertain that thought. I think it would look really great in a real. It'd have to be a funky camo, not a standard camo. Yeah, I'd be interested in that one. Am I going to put Tyro coatings on the ambulance? The Tyro coating is the same coating I have on mine. No, I'm not. I like the product. It's great on my van. It's been awesome. It's got no scratches. It's been super durable. I just don't know if I see that on the ambo. Maybe. Who knows? I'm not at that point yet. What are you doing with the ambo after it's done? Mary, I'm going to sell it to you. Probably sell it. Unless I fall in love with it, but I'll probably sell it. River Sticks Van Life, thanks for that. Just wanted to say thank you. I've been nomadic for over 30 years, but watching you made me see the benefits of a van. I wish I could give you $1 million. I wish you could give me $1 million too, River Sticks. Also agree with love yourself first. Oh, that's super awesome. I love that. That's super awesome. And being nomadic for 30 years is a beautiful thing. Yeah, I don't know, like I don't know any other parts of being nomadic. So I know lots of people. I've met lots of people along my journey that are living in RVs or dragging a fifth wheel along with them everywhere they go. I just don't. I just have never experienced that part. And maybe I'll be there one day. Maybe I will be the guy in an RV one day. I don't know. I don't know what's in my future. I love the mobility of a van, the ability to get me to the deep part of the backcountry or anywhere that I want to be. The van is just, it offers me so much mobility. And to me, that is so beneficial. You know, I can park here in a mall parking lot in a parking spot. I don't break parking bylaws when I'm in town. It's pretty amazing. Dana, thank you. Doing a micro camper with my 2000 Mazda. Wicked. Man, I've seen some pretty damn amazing micro campers built. Uh-oh. There's a tow truck right there. I guarantee that guy's going to come bother us. I've been just about towed by that thing many times. Probably that same one. One of my subscribers. That might be him. He's probably watching the live stream going, is Chromie talking about me? So you guys have maybe seen a few live streams of mine where, or a few thumbnails where it looked like I was getting towed. It's a subscriber. But one day he pulled up. It was late. He pulled up and he's like, I wanted to pick your van up and just give it a bit of a shake and put it back down. He never did. I woke up. I came out. I just seen the lights flashing. I was watching a movie. I seen the little light flashing between my curtains. I'm like, oh, I knew who that is. Oh, his lights are on now. Hey! I knew it was him. What up, John? How you doing over there, buddy? If you give me a minute, John, I'll probably end this live stream pretty soon, or you can come over and say hi. That's funny. Wendy, thanks for the super chat. Oh, here it comes. Hold on. Hold on, buddy. What's up, buddy? What's going on, weirdos? How you doing, man? As soon as I seen the tow truck, I'm like, I know who that is. I'm surprised you didn't pull up in front of me and try to tow me.
Well, there you go. Shut that off.
Man, it's raining out there.
Yeah, rain is a good word.
Yeah, it's better than snow.
Snow is a dirty 4-letter word.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, it is.
I agree. So funny story. I was sleeping at Costco the other day, and there was another van lifer in front of me. He pulled up between me and the other van, and then I flashed on all of my front lights, like all my amber lights and stuff in the front. I flashed them at him, and that was his face on the side window. And then I'm outside talking to him, and the other van lifer comes out, and he's like looking around, and I was like, hey, how you doing, buddy? He's like, good. He's like, we're not getting in trouble, are we? I'm like, no, because he was sleeping and he could hear his rig run. His truck's loud over there. He could hear it running. And then he's seen all the lights in his side mirrors. When he looked out, he's like, oh no, we're getting towed. And it turned out it was my lights, and we're not getting towed. I'm like, he's just a subscriber. He's like, okay, I'm going back to bed. He went back to his Sprinter van and went back to bed. That was funny though.
Oh, hello, everybody. And in case my wife is watching, happy birthday, Carrie Pierce.
Oh, happy birthday, Carrie.
Yeah.
Can I have some cake? Carrie, can I have some cake?
Cake. Yes, definitely.
Did you buy her a cake?
Of course not. I'm a guy.
That was her present right there.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's the present.
So you can go to 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the video and show her birthday present.
Perfect.
Ta-da!
Surprise! Yeah, we got you a dog, but it belongs to somebody else.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah.
Always nice to see you.
How you keeping?
Oh, you've been doing good, man.
That's good. I caught the poo bucket one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See this poo bucket right here?
Yes, there it is.
If you go back on my channel and watch, this guy was in the video where I bought this poo bucket at
Canadian Tire.
That was a funny at Canadian Tire in Nanaimo. Go back and find that poo bucket video because or if one of my moderators know what the video is, find it and drop the link, because I asked the girl at Canadian Tire, that poor worker, I'm like, do you have any tips on using this bucket? And she legitimately gave me tips. She's like, yeah, I think you're supposed to keep your knees to your chest. It's supposed to come out better. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that answer.
Make sure you wipe front to back.
Yeah. And so I asked her, I'm like, so is it back to front or front to back? She's like, I don't know. That was funny. She was a good sport, that girl. It's stuff like that that makes a fun video. When you got employees like that are just like,
When people play along, it's good. It's nice.
yeah, she was a good sport. That's a funny video, man.
You need a good woman. Yes,
That's what you're for. You come over here.
Yeah.
Holy, look at the hair. So happens when people pet the dog. They pet the dog and all the hair just comes off. That's a lot.
There we go. That's called recycling.
Yeah.
It's called recycling.
I could probably save all that stuff and make a Cruz sweater and give it away once a year.
Good. Yeah. Auction it off.
Yeah, auction it off. You guys want to buy some Cruz dog hair?
Yeah. Cruz hair is
People saying happy birthday from Australia.
nice.
That's better than buying.
Thank you, Australia. We appreciate you.
See, again, happy birthday from another country is way better
Way better.
than buying a present.
Exactly. So you just have to know to be in the right place at the right time. You have to figure out the landmarks. You have to be
So when you get home today, you're hoping that she bought a cake so you can have a piece?
Yeah. No. We're gonna go out for dinner.
Oh, nice.
And she finally got her barbecue pit. Oh, Cruzy, easy, buddy.
Oh,
Don't fall out of the
There's a
bed.
fish in that there. He's trying to get the fish. Hey, you can't have it.
What is that down? What's that down there? You can't have it.
Cruzy found his dead fish. You can't have it, buddy. No, it's still got dead meat on it from his dinner.
Yeah.
There's a fish in there. Is it thawed out? You can't have it yet.
Not quite. Probably.
You guys want to be grossed out?
Yeah. You guys know where it is now. Where'd it go?
It's still frozen, buddy. You can't have it yet. It's still frozen.
Look at the rain.
Yeah, welcome to BC, baby.
I'm a little sensitive, even though I got my rain gear on. So I think I'm gonna go back and sit in my tow truck.
Awesome.
Leave all you nice people to Chrome. Yes.
All right, man. Thanks for coming to visit.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
It's nice to know he's got a stalker or two, right?
Thanks for not towing me.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, man.
See you, everybody.
See you later.
Yes, and for those of you who aren't subscribed, I suggest doing it. And all those subscribers that are subscribed that are not part of Patreon, you need to get there.
He's on my Patreon.
That's right. Yeah. Just promoting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Hey, buddy.
See you later. All the money he's been giving me on Patreon, I've been saving for the day I legitimately get towed by him because, anyway, guys, I missed a super chat here. And maybe I missed a few. Let me go check. Oh, Wendy Sparks, thank you. I don't know if I caught that one already. There we go. Awesome Ministry. Thank you so much for the super chat. I love your channel, Chrome. I've been watching you for a very long time. You've inspired me to the point. Oh, that's wicked. I was starting. That's awesome. In my 1999 Yukon Denali. That's a gooder. That's awesome. It's nice to see him here. Yeah, I met John a few years ago at a meetup here in Nanaimo. He's been on my Patreon for years. When am I going to finish this chat, Chrome? Probably pretty quick. We've been on here for 3 hours and just about 40 minutes. That's a long time. Did it hurt selling my Chevy Malibu? I had a little Chevy Malibu. That was my commuter car when I used to live in my apartment. No, it didn't hurt selling it. I owed money after I sold it. So believe it or not, because I was so broke at the beginning of my van life, like I was just doing everything I could to get out of debt and straighten my credit around. So my Chevy Malibu, when I first moved into my van, I owed more on the car than the car was worth. So just trying to clear up everything, I ended up calling the the finance company and said, hey, look, I'm broke. I can't afford to pay your payments anymore. I'm not driving the car. The car has now been parked. So can we just come up with an agreement to clear up this debt? And they're like, well, you owe like $6,000 on it. The car was only worth $3,500. And I said, hey, look, I could sell it today on Craigslist for $3,000. Can we meet halfway on the money that I owe you and just call it even? And I had already paid them years of the car itself was paid off years before. I was just paying interest at that point. Like, it was a super high interest loan. I think I was paying like 20 some on percent on that one. They made a fortune off me. So I just said, look, and so they said, okay, if we do make this agreement, you do know it's going to put a mark on your credit saying that you settled. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Just want out of this thing. I can't afford to pay this anymore. So we ended up settling, and it worked out for the best. I put it up for $3,500 or something, and some tow truck driver guy in Vancouver said, hey, does it drive? I'm like, yep. He was like, I'm going to buy it for my mom. I'll put the money into it to fix up whatever's needed. He pulled up with his tow truck. We drove to the bank. We signed everything over, and off he went, because we had to do it at the bank because there was a lien on it from the company. So it was it didn't hurt to sell it at all. It was actually really great. But yeah, man, I did a lot of financial mistakes like that in my past. I did a lot of high interest loans because, when you need to get to work, you need a reliable car. So you go finance a car, and then, you end up paying too much for the car because you have shitty credit, but you needed to drive. And, you tried the used car route, and every time you bought one, it would just keep blowing up all the time. You spent more money. And I'm like, look, it's costing me more per month to fix this old car that I keep buying, the old Civics that just keep going. I'm like, so I just bought a new one, brand new. And it ended up biting me in the end. I did that a lot in my past, because in my past, I always, I financed my life to make my life feel like I was doing good, because I worked my ass off in my day job all day. I DJ'd and stuff all night, but I just could never get ahead. The cost of living was just too high between car payment, heavy expensive rent, big commutes to work. I just could never get ahead. So I ended up financing some things in my life to make me feel like I was getting ahead, when in reality, I wasn't getting ahead. I was a failure. Straight up. I just failed. No regrets looking back, no regrets, because I made the changes in my life because of living in my van that got me out of all the screw ups I made in my past. We all make financial mistakes, and even jumping into this van, I did the same thing with this van. I put this van on a super high interest loan because I had bad credit. And, but the plus side is I put this van on a high interest loan. But by putting it into a high interest loan, I did something with it though. You know what I mean? Where my car was just a commuter. This thing, at least when I was paying the high interest on it, I got it paid off, and it was still cheaper than paying rent. And I started a business with it, aka YouTube. So it all worked out for me in the end for this one. But yeah, I made a lot of mistakes in my past financially. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I've been chatting for quite a while. We're going to let you guys go. Thank you to everybody who sent through super chats today. And thank all of you guys for just spending time with me today. I just love this. Sometimes on a day like today, instead of spending 4, 5, or 6 hours editing, doing this for 3 hours is just kind of nice for me. And it was great. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys today. I love live streams where you guys have a lot of great questions. And what I'll do here, I'll try to go through as many messages as I can on here that I missed, and try to make a Q&A video in the next little bit. So thanks for watching, you guys. And seriously, guys, I love you guys, man. I wouldn't be doing this for a living if it wasn't for all of you. You seriously mean the world to me, and I think about you every day, and that is the truth. Weirdos unite. All right, we're out of here, guys. I'm going to go get some food, and I'm going to feed Cruzy his fish. You guys want to watch Cruzy eat a fish? Everyone's going to gross. You guys want to seriously watch Cruz eat a fish? He's such a freak when it comes to these things. Hold on. Cody acts like, yeah, let me see him eat a fish. Cruzy, want to watch this guy freak out? This is the big fish. Gotta give his head. So give it to me, Dad. Ah, Crazy, no one wants to see her butt. Crazy, that's not what they came here for. Sorry, guys. Hold on, I'll unplug it. You eat the whole thing. Like, bite its head off and everything. Dude, look at it. He ate his head already. He's so gross, dude. He just smashed the whole thing. Like that thing had a head on it, guts and everything. You eat the whole thing. Are you for real? You eat the whole thing. I don't have any more. I have this to wipe your face with. Hey? You're so disgusting, Cruzzy. You think Jack can have another one? Hey, was that good? Hey, buddy. Feeding your dog a raw diet is kind of fun. The first time I gave him that, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, because I'm an animal lover. Like I couldn't be a hunter. It's not something I could, maybe, you never know, but I don't see that in my future ever. But he digs it, man. Like I feed him like raw fish and herring and just a bunch of other crazy stuff, man. He loves it. I've never seen him be this stoked about food ever. Putting a bowl of dry kibble out, he was there's days he just would walk away from it. Anyway, guys, weirdos unite, all right? I'll see all of you soon. Can't believe I just put that at the end of my live stream. Grody, trigger warning!